Yep, we're going live early this morning. Early this morning. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town, long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. School is in session. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel. Shout out to medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to AC technicians. Shout out to, let me see, the garbage man. Shout out to sanitation workers, I should say them. Shout out to, shout out to the chef them. Yeah, because people eat every day. And the chefs are essential. A good chef is essential. So shout out to them. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. Mr. Article Dan, big up yourself. Thank you for being here this morning. You're the reason I'm shouting out engineers as well. Mr. Article Dan says softly, you never shout out the engineer that me not bro. I say, okay. Engineers. I forget the job titles. There's about 1,000 job titles out there. I couldn't possibly go through all of them. Shout out to the mothers out there. Yeah, shout out to the fathers out there. You see what I'm saying? It would take all day. All right, so I wasn't here yesterday morning, and I did it as a surprise of not being here. I forgot to tell you I wasn't going to be here, but I didn't have time to because my dental people are located in Atlanta, and I live in South Florida. If you know, that's quite a distance. It's about 9 hours of driving to that location. So they called yesterday or day before yesterday and said, hey, we could squeeze you in. And, I had to go get some more work done, some stuff fixed up. So I drove and I had to drive there. So I just take off, right? And then I was so tired when I got back this morning or last night, I laid down. I'm going to show you what I did last night. If this could explain to you how tired. Nasty people, something this, some people eat and then just slide the plate under them bed. Nasty people, something. I ate last night. I chose one of these rooms for going to, and I ate last night in front of a TV. And I put the bed. That room have 4 beds in it, but a bunk bed them. So me put the plate when we done clean off everything off of the plate. I put the plate on one of the beds next to the bed I was laying on. I don't remember anything else. I don't remember how I fell asleep. Nothing. I just remember waking up this morning and it was 4:30 a.m. And I was like, oh God, all right, I got to get up and start doing some work. But to show you how tired I was, that was, I think I did 18 and a half, 19 hours of driving in a 24-hour period space. So that's to tell you, right? 19 hours of driving out of a 24-hour period space. Right. And my teeth don't look good again. I'm good to go now, right? All right. I don't know if y'all noticed it. Last week I was smiling sideways like this, just showing you this side because something did happen and I had to go get it fixed. But anyhow, here we are this morning and I'm feeling good and I'm back. Sometimes real life takes precedence, not true? Yeah, but my man threw the plate on the next bed and just knock out. I don't know how or why I did that. Wake up this morning, me say one chicken leg was left in the fridge. I come home last night and I say, yo, I'm hungry because I'm driving. I'm like, me not stop for no food. I'm just doing a soldier move. Not stopping for no food, no nothing. The only way I'm stopping is for gas. I kid you not. I have this new truck, right? The truck go all the way. The truck took me from Georgia, not Georgia, Georgia, but Atlanta, from Atlanta all the way to my part of Florida, and I didn't have to fill up on gas. When I hit the house, when I pull into my driveway, the thing said 4 miles to go before E. But one tank of gas to show you I wasn't stopping. I'm just a drive. So when I came in, I was hungry. I was like, man, I want to order something to eat, have a delivery done, because me can't cook, me tired. And then I say, you know what? The way I see people prepare food out the road these days, me just prefer eat from eat from my house, because you don't know who I use them foot knead the dumpling. You don't know who I mash it up under them armpit before them put it in the deep fryer gear. You don't know who, so I'm afraid of outside food. And we did have little chicken and piece of one chicken leg, some rice and peas left in the fridge. We just heat that up last night and eat it and went right to sleep. But here I am this morning, feeling very good and being very thankful, seeing to be up and ready to kick it with my family here on SouFLoTV. Big up Prellis 123. Thank you for being here, Banches, live through Erica TV. Big up yourself. I must big up Mr. Article Don for being the first one in here this morning. Deb Buffalo, so the rest. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well with you, family. Wayne Nathan is in the building. The chat room is open, so Dre Bell is here as well. Dorothy T. Sharon Spence says, SouFlo and the family morning. Big up and good morning, Banches. B. Young is in the building. Top of the morning to you, fam. Mr. Article Don. Ella A. is in the building. Morning, Ella. Senior Sexy is in the building. Charma D. Star. Purple Royal. Karen Notice is in the building. Big up yourself, Dorothy T. Ella A says, especially the chefs that don't have no papers because they live on the edge every day in the restaurant and them cook the best food. Yeah. Some of them wonder, me don't know enough. Some of them chefs that cook the best foods. Hey, are we telling on ourselves? Come, you know what? Immigration come drip me up, you know, and talk about, you know, where illegal immigrants are working as chefs. I don't know nothing like that. Let me revisit that statement, especially the chefs that don't have no papers. because they live on the edge every day in the restaurant. Right? Some of them sleep in a back of a restaurant to here. Yeah, so them have nothing but time to plan the meal. Maxine B, you know when them Jamaican restaurant they get a good chef straight from Jamaica, but him look skittish, like him not really talk to nobody. You don't really see him, and them keep the back door open just in case him have to cut it. Car ice is here, ice run. Boy, life can be so rough sometimes. Maxine B, big up yourself. Miss Ellen Davis is in the building. Sandra Ellis, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Santifa Hustle says good morning and big up your bumba clot self SouFlo in the bumba clot morning, sir. Yo, about 10 people just duck out of the chat room just now, Kai. You said bumba clot twice, SouFlo. Jesus Christ. Don't be using that kind of language. Wow. Philly Yard vibes. Shout out to the unfortunates as well. Yes, indeed. The unfortunates. Yes, shout out to the unfortunates as well. Not the people who play victim, the unfortunates. Unfortunate means, boy, you do your best, but something still happened to you. That's unfortunate. You play victim, meaning, you know, you bring that by yourself. You don't want to get up to look no work, but you're balling every day, so you're broke. And God wake you up every day, healthy and strong. Me not talk about you. All right? Darren Brennan, 305 in the building this morning. Lauren Lawrence is here. D-Mac. Rosalind Michael, Veronica Gale. Let me see. Two more names and we'll start getting into these topics. Andrea Shervis is in the building. King Biggs. Charlie Sabubble from early King Biggs. I saw Ella A is in the building with us this morning. Ella, big up yourself. Let's get into these topics because we have a whole heap of things to talk about. Yeah, and we missed yesterday and we have some free time. Not free time, but we have some space. I know y'all don't hear the kids. I know y'all don't hear no noise. I know y'all don't hear, y'all go burn down the house, turn off the stove. Y'all don't hear nothing. I'm home alone, okay? I'm home alone. So you get some extended time. All right. These are the topics for this morning. Reputed Clansman One Don gang leader, Andre Blackman Bryan. Is he losing his mind? Look like the virgin are mad out. And we're going to get into that. I don't know if you've heard the voice note, but he went to court at his sentencing phase and decided that he wanted to represent himself and speak on his own behalf. And the rest never got too good. All right. Philip Paulwell, missing child and her mother. There's an update to that story. Paulwell said that, we'll talk about that, what he said when we get to that. Medikk's mother, she was in front of the media crying. She put on a piece of cow balling. Yeah, for her daughter who's been missing over a month now. But there's a story to that as well. A quadruple murder that is themed A Night of Evil. We're going to get into that story as well. Let's talk about, let me see. Yeah. This one big prominent politician, Chuck something in name. We'll get into the whole story when we get there. But the MP says that social media speculations could worsen the grand spend violence. Now, when he said that, there were hundreds of comments under there that started bashing bloggers and vloggers. Right. So I'm going to tell you all about a tactic that they use when they are incapable of doing their jobs properly or when they're trying to scapegoat and hide things from you. All right. And it involves bloggers and vloggers. So stay tuned for that. Now, Beachy Stout trial update. His former employee gets there up on the stand and put on a piece of cowballing. That's so that the court had to be adjourned, but we're going to talk about that, the details of Bounty Killer gets back his visa. We're going to talk about that. If you go way back and you look at all my videos coming up, every time I talk about Killer, I always say that Bounty Killer is the general. He is. And when him say Ray, I just Ray, right? Sometimes even when I don't agree with what he's saying, but just not really say nothing. And the reason I give Bounty that high level of respect is because even when I'm talking about artists, and I'm like, who's number one and who's number three and who's the king and who's this and that, Bounty is not even in that because I hold him to a whole different standard. And it's because of what he has done for the genre, right? And for our culture and our music. And it cannot be denied. So big up to Bounty and him UK and him his visa, but we're gonna talk about the details of that in a minute. And Juliet Holness, the wife of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, has been elected as Speaker of the House. A little fracas going the other day at Millie, and the Speaker of the House was forced to resign, and they had to replace the Speaker of the House with a new Speaker, and Juliet is now the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House and her husband is the Prime Minister. So a lot of people are like, oh, what kind of party shop this Jamaica run? Then put the Prime Minister wife as Speaker of the House. What kind of, isn't there going to be a conflict of interest here? Isn't there going to be a conflict of interest here? So what I did was, because I'm a person that believes in education, because when you know stuff, you kind of act different. So I thought to myself, well, what are the duties of the Speaker of the House? Because my blood was bubbling when I saw it, and I thought to myself, this is truly draconian. This is truly locking it down as a family. This look funny. Conflict of interest is what popped into my head. Shouldn't this position be held by somebody neutral? Don't know. Then again, how could you have somebody neutral? The person must be a citizen of Jamaica, and therefore they must have some political affiliation or some political, like when a time for vote, them vote for some party. So therefore they are for a certain party. So you would never know. Anyhow, we're getting to the details of what it is that she's supposed to do. What are the duties of the Speaker of the House? So you understand. Maybe some people won't be so riled up after, and then maybe you will be even more riled up. It depends. So we're gonna get into our topics this morning. Where do we start? She was already the deputy. If he stepped down, she rule. As in Prime Minister. Why? Let's see. So let's start out with. Let me get my pen. I'm gonna have to cross off them here as we do them. Let's start out with. I want to start out with that one here because somebody just asked the other day. SouFLo, she couldn't wait for Madam to get out of her seat. All right. So somebody said on here, SouFLo, what go on with the Clansman One Don case? Because the last video I put up was that they came to an end. I told you who got multiple murder charges convicted and who got found guilty and who got to go home and don't have to worry about this thing anymore, and who left, got lucky and got let off and then got killed in the streets because them go back out the door, go get into some things and these kind of things. So I was updating people constantly, then I hadn't done an update in a while. Well, there's some update here. I can't believe that, you know, I'm going to use this. Let me say something first. Let me do a disclaimer because, you know, my people ignorant. And I told y'all before that when I'm in Jamaica, I like to walk around I like to not have to hide and not have to, oh, we have to go get some security or something. I don't want to live them kind of life there, right? So I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I understand badmanism and badman business. I don't necessarily condone it. However, I try to speak positive to people. But if they choose to go down a certain path in life, then I respect it too. It's a choice. As long as you are also aware of the consequences and you have accepted them. In other words, then, I will sit back and use your story to teach others, right? I'm not getting into that life. However, if that's what you choose, I'm not condemning you either. I'm saying Godspeed. God go with you. If you see grave and you see and if you see grave and you see prison, and then you see life, and you choose grave and prison, even though I'm telling you, say, brother, life's sweet enough. Life's sweet enough. Yo, one of the best things being free, right? Is to be waking up any hours you feel like. Wake up. Me wake up and go outside. Sometimes when everybody asleep, me take off my shirt and stuff and go out the door if the weather warm. And just go turn up out the door and look up at the stars in the skies and these kind of things. This is 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Them the kind of little something there is freedom. If I stress out, or if I just feel like, not even stress out, just feel like a free moment, I drive down to the beach, which is not too far away. Me park up and me go sit down on the sand, put my foot in the water. That's freedom. Wake up and eat anything I want, eat some leftover rice and peas, and I want chicken leg out of the fridge. That's freedom, right? Being able to be around my family whenever I feel like it, that's freedom. Not nobody locking me in a want something like me an animal behind bars and in a cage. If you choose that, you choose that. But here's the thing. You see, when it comes time to pay the piper, I'm gonna use that word there. So if you're afraid of them words here, if you're afraid of our Jamaican vernaculars, if you're afraid of them word there, cock your ears now. If you choose those things over life and freedom and healthy mindset, love and respect and these things, don't bumbleclad cry when it's time to pay the piper. Me no want hear no bumbleclad crying, no sniffling, no nothing. Me no want see no tears, no nothing. Right? Because when your gun them did hot, a man I tell us, brother, cool down, brother. You see what this is going to lead you? You're a good youth, you know. You can actually do something with your life, you know. You're intelligent, you know. Man, I try to boost you up the right way. Hear you. Yo, if I dirt, you know. And some people are for dead for me. You can't live. You see it. I just sort of things. All right. Okay. Good. Go right ahead. All the way. I wish you the best. Okay. So I use these stories to teach. And I don't laugh after people. I just use them story to teach. Some of the things they say might be funny and me have to laugh, but I'm not laughing at your downfall, right? Not laughing at your downfall. We all make our decisions, and it's full time as adults. We learn to own our decisions that we've made and the consequences that came with them. If you choose to get up every day and go to work, even though you hate the rotted job and you hate the people and where you work with, how long you work on a job there, Stephanie? 14 years, you know. I'm Mr. I can't stand some of the people and when we work with, you know, stay already, right? But here what? My house, my mortgage under control. Yeah, me have a house and the mortgage under control. Me have a nice house. Soon done pay it off. Yeah, me don't have no bills where strangle me every month. And me get a certain amount of surplus money me can put away in savings, take some vacation with the family every now and then and these things. But at this me have to do it. I respect that. That's called dedication to the grind, sacrifice, and nothing no foolishness. But if you choose the other way, I have to run up and down and I hide. And somebody hide me over here, so I have to run go over there so come hot right now, you know, dog, and police them dip on me. And then you choose that too. I'm telling the people them what to choose so they can have a healthy, happy life or something close to it. All right? All right. Andre Blackman Bryan decided, I want to talk for myself in this court here. I can't understand why big bad man them always end up clutching a Bible somewhere hollering for Jesus somewhere, crying before other men somewhere. You know, when I was reporting on this, one of the reports they gave from court, there was a couple that got burnt up in a house, right? And it was because they did it. A group of men went over there, kick off the door, shoot up the couple, and set the house on fire. And when they found the bodies, they found them wrapped up in each other. I don't know if somebody stay there and tell them, hug her up. Hug up our blood clot, hey boy, hug up the girl. And shoot up the two of them together. The backstory to that was that this brother just met this girl from another community. And they had been seeing each other for a while, but he hadn't brought her around where he stayed at. This was the first time she was going to go over to where he stayed at, right? And they were going to have a Netflix and chill evening. And that is when these guys, this is testimony in court. That is when these guys went over there and did what they did. Now, fast forward to the trial, that young man's mother was in the courtroom, right? Because she wants justice for her son. She was sitting in the courtroom. On the big screen in the courtroom, they played a video footage. You know, crime scene investigators go see what they're seeing there. They played a video footage and still pick of the bodies. It was reported, go look it up, it was reported in Jamaica news that Andre Blackman Bryan bust out a laugh when he saw it on the screen. He bust out laughing. And when he bust out laughing, his laugh got louder and louder and became so boisterous and uncontrollable that the judge had to ask to take a break from the court. And because he was laughing, all the guys who are considered to be his underbosses and his workers and his right-hand man and his this and his that, all the others under him, they started laughing too. You know, I tell this to say this. It's all fun and games till somebody get hurt. It's all cool laughing until it's time to cry. And just remember, say after the laugh, the crying are gonna come. See? Let me see. After the laughing, the crying will come. Yeah? I don't know how people allow themselves to do certain devious things. And then when it's time to pay the consequences, I see a brother, I have a video clip here. A brother threatened a woman in Jamaica in front of the police because him that bad, right? Girl, me will murder you. No murder you, you know. You make me kill you. I swear to God, me I kill you. The policeman overheard all this and pulls his gun. Well, first, him grab up the boy. This man. Him grab up the man. The man start fighting the police. Let go off of me, yo. Let me go. Another police jump in. Two of them and hold him down. He's fighting now, so the police pull him gun and hold it upon him, so. Murder! Murder! Jesus Christ, murder! Why? Weren't you just telling this woman, boy, you have your gun and you're going to kill her and she's going to make you murder and you swear to God or you're going to murder her? What? Why are you calling? Stop. Shut up, man. Why are you murder? You don't want that too. So you just want to kill, but you don't want to die. How does that work? How that work? You just want to kill, but you don't want to die. No, you murder. If you see him on the ground too, yo, I might find this rotted video and pull it up. If you see him on the ground too, why murder? I see some of the mothers, woman. I don't know if I'm mother, but hear the woman like background, but them want to do him suffer. If you know handcuff him, just handcuff him and carry him go up at the station now. Oh no, I do him so. Murder! Why? And hold him down in the grass, you know. Them hold him down in the grass and the police are hold the gun upon him. And I think him sight him death. He's probably saying to himself, yo, them police are kill people and plant gun upon them all the time. So I don't know if this them are gonna do to me or no or whatever. I'll eventually find that video there, but it lost on my phone right now. Murder! You know what I say? When you make your choices as an adult, yeah? When you make your choices as an adult, accept the rotted consequences that come with them. Yes, man. You go outside, go look, pum pum. Yeah, you did it without protection. You stand up in the clinic now, line. You're going to need some penicillin and a blood test. It happened, right? Accept it. You know, some people do that and then blame the next person. Yo, the girl shot me, no dog. What do you mean she shot you? Yo, she shot me, dog. Yeah, the girl I shot. Yeah, she have a gun. She give me something. Why you blame the girl for? She probably not even knows that she have it. The consequence is yours due to your action. Now you go stick your tilly wheelie in some unknown something, and now you stand up a clinic line. She shot me in a dog. You see all them dirty girl. See all them dirty girl there. Girl if dead, you know. Anyhow, watch her. Go, she have the gun in her bag. she she shoot you with it. Oh, remember that? Pam pam. Oh, she have the gun in her bag. Pam pam. Oi, hear me, no man. God go with the whole of them, you know. God go with them because I don't want to go. And I'm not trying to go. All right. So, according to RJR, the sentencing hearing for Andre Blackman Bryan, and you have to listen to this. The sentencing hearing for Andre Blackman Bryan and his 14 fellow convicts from the One Don gang trial was almost transformed into a Bible study on Monday with the quoting of scriptures. With the quoting of scriptures. It all started when Bryan, on March 8th, was convicted of being a leader of a criminal network and 7 counts of facilitating the commission of serious offenses by a criminal organization, to include multiple murder charges. Citing passages from Psalms and Isaiah, Bryan declared that the 2 ex-gangsters who gave evidence against him, they lied. All right. The 38-year-old musician, clad in a long-sleeve button-up shirt and khaki pants, insisted on speaking on his own behalf, despite objections from his attorney, Lloyd McFarlane, and to the amazement of the judge, Chief Justice Brian Sykes. Bryan described himself as being conscious, despite admitting that he did not obtain any CXC subjects or anything. But Bryan's sermon was halted when Chief Justice Brian Sykes, the presiding judge, asked him to delay your speech. Given that you have so much to say to the court, let me deal with these other people first, and then I will give you all the... All right. Mr. McFarlane, in his plea in mitigation, asked that the court make an order for his client's sentence to run concurrently and not consecutively. That means if them give him 4 15-year charges and they run them all together, he will only do 15 years. But if they gave him 4 15-year charges, and he is to do each one consecutively, he will end up with 60 years. Right. That's what your lawyer is supposed to do. The charge of leadership of a criminal organization attracts a maximum sentence of 30 years, while membership in and facilitating criminal offenses both attract a minimum of 20 years in prison. He has multiple of these charges. The judge also has the power, under the anti-gang legislation, to order at least 2 consecutive sentences. That means him can run 2 concurrent, and he has the right to another 2 consecutively. Mr. McFarlane further urged the court to bear in mind that his client has no previous convictions and that he has strongly maintained his innocence. He asks that his client be credited for the 5.5 years that he has already spent in custody, Meanwhile, attorney at law Keith Bishop, in pleading for leniency for Lamar Simpson, asked the judge to consider that he developed tuberculosis in prison and that prison conditions would not be conducive to his health. The 34-year-old father of two was, yo, listen, you developed tuberculosis in prison, so these charges, what if we do? Send you home, if you go lay in your bed and get better, drink mummy soup and tea in the morning, and what are they expecting? The 34-year-old father of two was convicted of being part of the criminal organization. The lawyer, who also quoted scriptures, pointed out that Jamaica is a Christian society and asked that forgiveness be shown to his clients. Lawyers for convicted Michael Whitley, Tomrick Taylor, and Kimani Brightson also made similar pleas for leniency. The attorney for Tariq James, who the witnesses said was one of the top shooters in the criminal organization today, begged for a sentence of less than 10 years. While submitting that he was a teenager, he was just a teenager, Your Honor, with an immature mind when he became involved in these gang activities. The 24-year-old convict, who was also the bodyguard of the gang's leader, Andre Blackman Bryan, is to be sentenced for being a member of a criminal organization and 4 counts of facilitating the commission of a serious offense by a criminal organization. Members of the facilitating both carry membership and facilitating both carry a maximum sentence of 20 years each. But attorney at law Esther Reed asked the judge to start his calculation at 10 and ensure that the sentence is under 10. Start your calculation at 10, Your Honor, but please make sure that the sentence is under 10. You know how that works? When they start their calculation, say at 10, they can then go on and say, well, it was done maliciously, it was vicious, this and that, to add, I don't know, I think we need to add 2 more for that. And then he did this and that and the other. I think we need to add 5 more for that. Okay, so we're at 5 and 5, 10, 15. Now we're at 20. Okay, but he served 5 already, so we'll take 5 back off. So now we're at 15. That's how they calculate until they get to. So how you are going to ask the judge to start at 10, but make sure that the sentence is under 10. A dunce lawyer, them getting up. Is a dunce is a dunce lawyer him getting up. Y'all got prison. She asked the judge to bear in mind that her client grew up without his parents. Miss Reed disclosed that James' mother died from asthma when he was just 11 years old, and that his father was shot and killed. Now, those circumstances are realistic circumstances that we shouldn't even laugh after. Because, you know, born already into poverty, and you're in a volatile community, and your mother dead early, and your father come get shot and dead and leave you out there at the mercy of yourself, and now a beer gangster there around you and say, come here, little boy. Hold a gun here. You ever hold a gun yet? How it feel? Feel good, don't? Yo, you can come run the place here, you know? Yeah, but you have to be a part of our thing. Yeah, man, we take care of you and everything. It's that easy, you know? So, give or take, let's not forget to be humans at the same time and look at the realistic circumstances surrounding some of these people and their journey. Miss Reed, which is an attorney, the Dunce attorney, disclosed that me no want nobody sue me. I'm just saying, I don't understand how you ask the judge to start at 10, but make sure the sentence is under 10. Me just I said Dunce as a joke, but I'm my opinion. I'm just I say it never make no sense to me. All right. Miss Reed disclosed, boy, I have to talk careful these days. Eh? Miss Reed disclosed that James' mother died of asthma when he was 11 and his father got shot and killed. So he was out here on his own as an orphan and got caught up with these people in a FIDEM organization. Notwithstanding her client's maintenance of his innocence, because he's still saying that he didn't do any of this, he's innocent. Reed submitted that James can still be rehabilitated, he's pretty young, and he's aware of the traumatic and negative effects of gang violence and its activities on the society. She added that she added that he has used the years that he has spent in custody so far as a time of great reflection. The sentencing hearing for all 15 of the convicted in the One Don gang trial continues today. So we're still waiting to hear what will happen to Mama Christie. Her lawyers begging for leniency as well. we're still, and we haven't heard yet because they still haven't handed down the years yet. This is the stage where the lawyers make their closing argument and then sentencing come, right? He was a good boy, Your Honor. His mother dead early, his father did dead too. Let's take into account the situation surrounding him. You know, he is very rehabilitatable. You know, he's not a vicious animal that needs to be locked away for life. He's pretty young, and he was a teenager when things happened, this, that, and the other, and he was under the influence of these older, more, how should you say it, influential individuals who, might I add, were feared in their community. So you could imagine if big people did afraid of them, how the little youth did even afraid of them more, right? And your lawyer will go in there and do a speech on your behalf, hoping to soften the judge's heart so the judge won't give you so many years. That's the stage they're at now. But Andre Blackman Bryan was allowed to take center stage. There should be more coming, but this is what has come so far. Sita?
Been around me, yes, but they don't know. They only see what the eyes see. No one know. The truth must be told. And by precept, we come to understanding. I give orders, instruction. They were all under influence. Same to the witnesses, we get pardon. And I know who pardoned them. By precept, all of them should have been pardoned. And you take me in account. That's all I have to say. These accused, they've been around me, yes, but they don't know. They only see what the eyes see. No one know. The truth must be told. And by precept, we come to understanding. I give orders, instruction. They were all under influence. Same to the witnesses, we get pardon. And I know who pardoned them.
Who pardoned them?
By precept, all of them should have been pardoned. And you take me in account. That's all I have to say. Please.
There's a few of them here, right? So I might have to run through a few of them to get the full one, but me see of all of them. Did y'all hear when he said, first of all, when I heard the video, right, when I heard the voice note, I said, is somebody reading this? Or is this actually him talking? That's him. I the man I talk. This is the man that is feared and revered. Now, one part of my brain, I said, then somebody really go follow somebody who can. He not sound too righted to me. He doesn't sound too righted to me. It sound like somebody that's gone off the deep end, that lives in an altered other world. Kind of. Some people exist in a whole other world, you know. He sounds like that to me. Or is it that the time behind bars is getting to him and he was fully hopeful? Because remember, you know, Obia and all this involved, you know. When your Obia man say, yeah, come out, no matter what, yeah, come out. Anytime them hold you, yeah, come out. Just stay still, don't say nothing. Sometimes you might have to do a few years or something, but them not going to hold you upon no murder charge and give you no life sentence. You're coming out. Now, if you exist like this, remember, I know this is they're all knowing. So if you exist like this and them hold you, and you say, yo, ask the other man when me I come out because them hold me too long now. That was a part of the narrative as well. Hold on, the man, things are happening, chill, but you come out. And they were rejoicing and saying, he might come out. From that other man, they say, he might come out. Did y'all remember when I covered the part about the teenage other man that don't miss anything him say? It goes up. Y'all didn't catch that video? Okay. But yeah. So Obia involved on all this. So one time them have that belief. And then you go court, right? And when you went to court, you heard guilty. I guess a blood fire. That is at least 25 years. Guilty. That's the next 25 years. Guilty. With their 75 years. Guilty. And 100 years that. Yo, which part me come out there? When me I come out? Yo, I'm going to find the Obia man there quick. I can't find him. Obia man fly out. Obia man take for himself. That Obia man there was just winging it. Okay? You never know what did I go on. He was just winging it. He wasn't protecting nobody. A message me I sent to Uno again today. Them just winging it. You flying on a wing and a prayer. You know how much man out there with them guard ring I talk about them guard up. Back in the day when I was growing up, them say, yo, they say the amount of gunshot where the police them fling off for him, you know. And what it's like the man just dolly through the gunshot them. Yo, the ring they really protect. Them something they used to make here go up and with skin as pick me, you know. I used to the man them out the road with them ring now and show them ring and you say, yo, the man are guard up, you know, the man are well protected, you know. And if them shoot off him, the bullet stop right there so and just drop. And them sitting there, them band they believe them something there, you know. The bullet just stop right there so and just drop. Them can't even shoot him. Fully guzzle up, King Biggs. Fully guzzle up. The ring are gonna protect him. You know how much man get shot up and dead with them ring? You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Hold on there. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine.
Talk to winner.
I'm calling about the Obe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this man, you know, back in the days, I'm going with beer murder and everything, you know. I'm going to talk about him on my channel. I'm like, what are things to talk about?
Where your channel name?
Every time he murder the people, and my mama go Obe, man.
Tell me your channel
every
now.
time him get off a murder. Every time him rape, him murder. Him do all kind of things. So the last time, the Obe man tell her, put on, you know them zinc, you know the kerosene pan over college Jamaica, you put wood fire.
Zinc pan, yes.
All right, the Obe man put on a pot of boiling water and drop one gold ring in there and said, boy, your son in a deep shit now. If you can put your hand in that and take out that ring, he will get away. And kill himself for prison.
Right.
I'm going to talk about him for my channel, but I'm going to give him a name. I'm going to give him a fake name. Him name Gabriel. Him rape him, do all kind of things. That the man they put husband on the bed and rape wife on top of bed. Him never stop. I have some things to tell him about wait, that me telling about the Obia thing. Megan.
She could at least say our channel name, right? What was your channel name? Do you want to tell the people that the channel name so they can go hear the rest of the story, man? I saw. But you see what I said though? This is, I don't knew something I tell you. Yo, Mr. them fling the amount of gunshot to them shot after him, you know. And the man coming like him just skip through the bullet and just walk through, you know. You should have seen it, yo, brother. Fim Obia man, good enough. Strong, he Obia strong. About 10 dope him off upon him. Yeah, him well protected. And then you end up in these situations. So me I tell the youth them, because remember, the other day in Jamaica, I believe a school youth get stabbed up, right? Because of a ring. It had to do with a ring. One youth go get him ring fully guzo up and said the ring have powers now. And another youth at school was accused of taking the ring. It was also front page news in Jamaica that the youth them in school, they said they don't know where these youth are getting this kind of money from because the ring them don't come cheap. But everybody have them ring now. School picnic. So may I tell you, say, this is not just a joke thing. It's also becoming like more in the culture as in present time. Something. So I don't know, I don't want box no food out and no Obia man and no Guzo man, no box no food out their mouth. Move on, go. SouFLo say a foolishness that. I don't want to do that. If you believe that that's what it is, go and support your local Guzo man and get your ring fully guzoed up. If you if that is your belief, I'm not stopping you. Go, right? Go. Cause me, my words not gonna stop all them something that from happening. I'm just saying it's not for me. But yeah, back to the Andre Blackman something. When you believe that you're getting off because your thing's so strong and then you don't, you can lose your mind. Because now you're faced with reality. Your local Guzo center. Oi! Wait there. Let me divert for a second. I have to, because I don't want to forget this and it's not on the paper to talk about this morning. Remember the river massage them at Jamaica? Yeah? You see everybody down there, the girls them fly down in them French cut bikini, G-strings and things and all these things and them taking them good rub down and everything. They're twerking on the bamboo raft. That, you see all of that? Remember when I said that somebody need to assemble a team of Jamaican hotties? Good body girl, pretty face Jamaican girls. I will heap of them there. They're not hard to find. Get some of them, assemble a team, and then be there for the men who come on vacation. That way, if a couple arrive, right? Wifey says she want to go over there, so go get a massage from one of those strong Jamaican men who are rubbing down the bodies of the hotties that are flying in. Buduf, Buff, and Kukum, everybody is treated the same, with the same love and firmness. She want to go get some for herself, right? Then Huzzy wouldn't have a problem because there's a team of hotties here to serve him too. So while wifey is over there getting her proper rub down, I'll be over here doing the same. Remember me said that? Yesterday, a video pop up. Me say a brother and a Raf getting a massage. I said, damn, somebody stole my idea. But I want somebody to steal it because I want to see it materialize. Because then me gone down there too. Lo and behold, the camera pans up on him first. And him the man ooh and ah, you know, from the massage, you know. And me see the hand, but the hand like go into the camera and come back out the camera, something like this. The hand goes so. So me see the hand and me I say, move the camera on, man, let me see the girl. Come on, see the girl. If I get the team of hotties. No disrespect to that lady there. But I know that me that talk about. She look like Auntie June. You know your older auntie that's like close to your grandparents' age. I don't know how she reach up there, but yeah, she look like that. And she well stout. You know, we have thick, we have thick as big. Then you have a little bit past that. She's stout. She's very stout and she. Me I said to myself, I watch your brother about. Gosh, well, I rub him down, you know, man. But not for nothing though. One of the best massages I ever got was from a thick thing, a stout woman. A boy in there. I mean, I say it's a massage school. But you know, me a Jamaican and thing, and you know, we have these things in our head. So I tell myself, say, I'll support the massage school because I want a whole body massage. But, you know, you pay the students. And at the time I was attending school as well, the same Kaiser University, and they had a massage department. So I go down there, go get a massage. I need a deep tissue massage. I'm a big guy, and my muscles are long and big. I need a deep tissue massage. Them send a youth come in there. Now, I have to overcome these cultural barriers first in order for this to take place, right? Because them never ever asked me if me needed a man or a woman. And when time me did go in there and go at the front desk, I be a woman needed see. So I was assuming that they were going to send me a woman after me go behind curtain and take off clothes and lay down in a ungle my boxers alone in there. I'm here, roll over on your belly and get comfortable. I want a woman tell me that. So I'm thinking a woman is coming in. One brother come in with one clipboard. And he was like, I'm going to be your masseuse. My name is, like, instead, my name is Eric. And I'm going to be your masseuse. And you write something on the clipboard like this. And then put on the clipboard. Now, me up on my belly. Me in my boxers alone. So, I understand. And I'm in full American mode right now because, you know, this is in the US and this is Kaiser University, right? And you have to conduct yourself accordingly. I'm going through the occupational therapy program. I just took my scrubs off and I can't say, so one little maga boy, you know, him little and him teeny maga, you know, him maga like the pen when him did that right with. But I'm gonna be your masseuse for something in my mind. I say, help! But me not lies like me stuck. Me couldn't say nothing. God swear to God. Me not gonna make up nothing. I swear to God. Just how the story go. Help! In my mind. My mouth not say nothing. Why this brother just start massage? He just say nothing. He just go in for the massage. And he start up here, so right? So when he start up here, so the way how in the touch me, watch him. So me I say, what kind of blood clot massage? What kind of massage this? Like him barely a touch me and me ask for deep tissue, you know. So I said, you could go harder, you know, it's pause. I tell man over here naked about him can go harder. Me say you can go harder, you know, it's just that's not hard. That's not hard enough. Of course, my Jamaican side is in there going, "Batty boy! If they want to see you foreign, and this you're turning a SouFLo," and I'm down there, face down. I said, I hear him now about, okay. The boy start make nice. Me suppose say I make nice, because me I get the massage. And a deep tissue massage, and me suppose say I said, me here. I said, stop. Just like that. I said, stop. I turn around and look on him, you know. Because I want to see, was there some kind of gratification? Where's that coming from? Right? And I'm looking dead in my face like this. And he was like, what? Are you okay? Was I hurting you? Was I hurting you? Brother, this man don't understand the vulnerable situation I'm in right now and all the cultural turmoil that is taking place on my inside right now. Youth at Jamaica come from, you know, youth. Clarendon, you know. I said, can I have somebody else, please? And he was like, okay. And he started apologizing. I apologize. I said, no, it's okay. It's no apology needed. Can I be honest and give you some, you know, some constructive criticism? And he said, in grabbing clipboard back. Pick up the clipboard back. I'll back up a little bit, right? And the boy start right soon as we start talk. It start right. So remember, I know it's a school, you know, so you can give them your constructive feedback to help them in their professional lives. So he back up and start talk. I said, you were doing fine, right? But before you touch somebody, you have to let them know that, okay, I'm going to touch you. I'm going to go for your shoulders first and stuff. They teach anybody in the medical field will tell you, they teach you this. You can't just go and be like up under somebody's dress and the patient is like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm your nurse. I'm changing your catheter. I'm checking your catheter. You can't. Well, you could have said that. How is your hand up in between my legs and I don't know what you're doing, right? So you have to tell them. Now, remember, I know media school too, so I go through my program too. So he's supposed to be learning some of these things. So I give him real constructive criticism, you know. You have to let them know. And then your touches, you have to work on your touch, because you can't be touching your patient like, right? It has to be a firm touch. Okay, Miss Jones, I'm going to start right here. Okay, I'm going to need you to put this hand over here on my right shoulder. Okay, I'm going to put my right hand on your left shoulder, and then we're going to go up in 3, okay? Lean forward for me. Okay, right there. 1, 2, 3, up. You have to be firm with it. You can't do that. And then he might moan. He was real little and he was really effeminate. I don't know if this was the right career field for him. But me tell him, say, you got to work on your deep tissue, because you weren't deep tissue in it all. But can I have somebody else, though, please? And them send a big girl in there. Me said, Jesus Christ. The big girl, when them sending in, you know, she have tattoos and everything. Her sleeves are, we weren't allowed to show our tattoos. But she roll up her sleeve when she come in like this, right? And me say, big tattoo and everything. And she have her side her here, them shave off. She just look like a bouncer kind of girl, like she come in there for fight. Cause she hear, okay, he wasn't doing it right. Deep tissue, you say? Me lay down there. That woman there make me say, She stop. Here are. Am I hurting you? Am I going too deep? I said, no. It's fine. It just feels so good though. Yeah, man, it just feels so good though. She was like, okay, just let me know if I'm hurting you. I said, hurt right on. I should go, she had deep tissue. She was like, she do something. She chicken wing me. She take my hand, right? And she said, give me a hand. I'm going to fold your arm and put it behind you, okay? I'm going to say, okay, do whatever. This point, I'm almost sleeping, okay? The woman fold my hand, so, and twist it back on me, so, you know, and start pulling up on my elbow, so. And I felt like my scapula, I feel my scapula separate. At one point, it was so good. It was like, oh my God, I never had this in my life. And then me hear like it a tear off. It a tear off her shoulder. And I'm like, I'm still not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna see if she gonna hurt me. I broke up my shoulder. And she didn't. She knows exactly how to take it, go all the way like to the edge of that muscle stretch and bring it right back. Right? So I say that to say this. The big girl, when me say, don't have the bamboo off, when did a massage the brother, and him did it, I go, I understand why. It's not that kind of girl me did I talk about though, cause I don't know if she gonna bring a whole heap of tourism. You know what I say? A whole heap of man from foreign is like, yo, we need to take a trip to Jamaica. Yo, boys, weekend away. Come on, man, let's go. Get them bags. I'm booking my ticket. You see them girls on that river that's giving a massage? Yo, let's go. That's the effect I was looking for. I'm not sure if mama I gonna get that kind of effect there when them see her foreign. They're like, that's what massaging him. I'll pass, bro. I'll pass. I could go to the little Asian chick down here. That yeah, I'll pass. But I'm telling you, them big woman there, them know for massage. I don't know if it's the extra weight that comes with it or something, but she had me, and I see him where the big girl did have him ponder off yesterday. Awesome, like your gal. All right, come off on a detour then back to what we were talking about before. Yeah, so here we are. This is the one.
Any other than a Clansman Don.
Here, see that.
It's the Dan talk. It's the Dan talking.
All right, me find it. This is the full one of Andre Blackman Bryan. Listen, I wonder if him there talk about Vibes Cartel, because him say One Don, and you know them call Cartel One Don. Him say One Don, and him say any other Don or Clarendon. Something. One Don, and another name with Vibes Cartel is called the teacher. Him said there's only one Don, one Don, and there's only one teacher. everybody knows that Vybz Kartel is called the teacher. So it's funny that he said that. Now, this is me thinking outside the box. May I say, I wonder if them might go through something behind those walls. Because you know them say Ninja Man did get cook off and queff up behind those walls because of what he said. See, Ninja Man thought he was never going to go back behind those walls. So when they brought in the idea of conjugal visits in prisons in Jamaica, a lot of us was saying, yes, man, free up the tension because there's a whole bag of man in there. The man them were married, why not? Give them conjugal visit, right? Wife can come in every once in a while and get, I was going to say some stuff, but I won't. You know, and if that's what they choose. Ninja Man was like, nah, sir. I prison them there. And they hated him for it. So when Ninja landed behind bars, and he said some things about Cartel too. So when he landed behind bars, you know, it was a big thing that ended up kick off. And me don't know. But anyhow, this is Andre Blackman Bryan. Listen to the voice.
One Don, and this is the Don talking. One Don, and there's no other Don. Any other than a clearing Don. It's the teacher talking. One teacher. Brother.
Wait. That sounds like a line from a Cartel song though. This is why I'm saying, is Andre Blackman Bryan losing his mind behind bars? In my mad out, because that's exactly what came to my mind when I heard it. Hey, move out my way. Me, I'm mad, so mad. And listen, people go behind bars and lose their mind all the time. If y'all don't know it. Some people are medicated back there just to do them sentence. Right? Or I don't know if he's going for a plea on the grounds of he's not too sane. Because this sound like a Cartel verse. Any other than listen, it's the Don talking. Any other than after you tell the judge and your lawyer say you want to represent yourself and talk for yourself on your own behalf. Any other than a Clarendon. Listen, is the Don talking?
No other Don. Any other than a Clarendon. It's the teacher talking. One teacher.
Cartel.
God alone is the teacher. God is the Don.
Him say God.
I don't know no Jesus. I just know common sense.
He's so nervous and scared.
I never went to no Ford, no Oxford. I am not an ox. I never went to no.
Listen, no moving on. Hey, I never went to no. The man said Oxford, like Oxford University. I am not an ox. Earlier, him did a line from Chronic song, They Don't Know. The Buffalo Soda rest. Yes, like someone have him under pressure. Him sound like, he do. Him sound like he might go through it. Anywhere.
No other than. Any other than a Clarendon. It's the teacher talking.
Okay.
One teacher. God alone is the teacher. God is the Don. I don't know no Jesus. I just know common sense. I never went to no Ford, no Oxford. I am not an ox. I never went to no Ford for any water, any knowledge. But I am a well. One is a well-being. One well and know.
Stop. The man said, I am a well. well-being. Big up yourself and thank you. I appreciate you greatly, Karen Notice. This sounds like he's trembling. Remember, I know. Okay, let me give you the backstory to this. When he got found guilty, right? And the guilty came in. There was a report that came out that him ball like a baby. So, and I covered that. Each time I covered those stories, the one where them say, when the two bodies were shown in court, him laugh till him laugh get uncontrollable till all him other codies start laugh too. That one and the one where they said when the guilty came down, guilty, him ball like a baby, uncontrollable sobbing. On both of those, I said, are they trying to make up stuff against him? Like them try and make him look funny or something? Because me couldn't fathom that he's in there bawling like a baby, uncontrollably sobbing because of the reputation. His reputation precedes him, right? Let's go and play this out because I look like the batch upon the one you're going to
The teacher, God is the Dan. I don't know no Jesus. I just know common sense. I never went to no Ford, no Oxford.
No Ford,
I'm
no
not an ox.
I'm not an ox.
I never went to no Ford for any water, any knowledge. But I am a well. One is a well.
One is a
well-being. One well and know.
One well and know. Well-being.
All of this, just an experience. It's not real.
All of this is just an experience. It's not real. Oh, God. You see what me I tell you, say, brother, everybody bad until them get cornered up by the law. And then when them get cornered by the law, for some reason, they'll end up look so pitiful that you feel sorry for them. What? The man says this is not real, fam. This is just an experience. It's not real. You know when reality lick you have to start telling yourself, so this is not real. I will survive this too. This too shall pass. Me I will come out of this. After that come madness. When you realize that this is actually real and you're going to have to live through the real, it's an experience, all right. It'll be a hella experience.
A well. One is a well. Well-being. One well and know.
Well and know. You well and know better.
All of this, just an experience. It's not real. Like the clock. You ask someone time. Them tell you 10 past 11. No aware and numbers. Them are telling you, just a representation. It's not real. It's how one perceive. All these accused, they've been around me, yes, but they don't know.
I have to interject. Me rewind it back. But when your boss tell you say your schedule starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, go in there 9:30 and say it's not real. It's just numbers. And it's how I perceive it. All right.
Just an experience. It's not real. Like the clock. You ask someone time. Them tell you 10 past 11. No aware and numbers. Them are telling you, just a representation. It's not real. It's how one perceive. All these accused, they've been around me, yes, but they don't know. They only see what the eyes see. No one knows. The truth must be told. And by precept we come to understanding. I give orders, instruction. They were all under influence. Same to the witnesses, we get pardon. And I know who pardoned them.
I don't know who pardoned them.
By precept, all of them should have been pardoned. And you take me in account. That's all I have to say. Is it done talking? One back.
Forgive me, but bro sound like he lost it. I'm trying to figure sense in it, but he sounds like he lost it. Okay, enough you mad out around it. Them something there enough for everybody, right? So if he's acting, if he might act, he might do a good act, right? If he's acting, he's really good at his acting right now. But look, so everybody has seen the picture multiple times, right? Let me show you something. Everybody's seen these pictures multiple times, right? So that's him, right? Take a good look. Watch what I'm going to show you next, That's him. I'm going to leave it up here for a second so you can look upon it. You see him? Okay. Now, this is in the beginning. Remember, it's been a while. Look at this now. Like a person's looks can tell you if them go through any mental thing or anything. Look at this now. See? Look different, right? He looks very different. So me tell the youth them like this. Somebody just said he's having an out-of-body experience. Tell the youth them like this. It's all fun and games, man, till you get locked in. It's all fun and games when you can tell yourself, say, this is just an experience, me. I get out of this. But you see that continuously waking up in that same place every day and facing the reality that you can't come out of this, it's going to eventually take its toll on your mental space. And you have to strong to turn up in that and don't lose your mind. I saw a video from behind bars. Don't know who took the video, but the video had a lot of people walking around, a lot of the inmates them walking around, like all of them crazy. Like all of them crazy. And the person said, at a certain given time, it has a time in here where you would think everybody on this wing is crazy. And they sundown like, I don't know if you've ever worked in a long-term care facility or work with the elderly. There's something called sundowning. I don't know what, but it's like when the sun is going down, our medical field people can tell you about this. When the sun is going down in the evening, it's like them start lose them scruples. But these young people, they sundown it like them, the same similar kind of stuff, like throughout the day. They have a time where they do really good, and then boom, the reality hits like, I'm here. All the positive stuff I'm telling myself is still not working. It's still not carrying me, take me out of here. I'm still there. I'm really going to have to stay here. Somebody say, I miss killing people. I don't know. I don't know, but I know this. Him definitely sound like he's off. He definitely sound like he's off. Either him is a good actor or... Because you know if you have a good attorney will tell you, yo, you have to go play the crazy road. This is our last straw. When a man is drowning, a man will grab after 2 leaves when him seeing at the water, thinking the leaf them are going to help him float. Yeah. His attorney could have told him, listen, this is the last straw. We tried everything and them still find you guilty for multiple. You are look about 100 years. And then if them scale it back and discount your 5 and this and that, about 60, 70 yards in here before you can come out. The only way. Remember, I know, Messi Masado, with thief Mavado money and never gave her back. And I think I dropped me a make. Messi Masado, that thief Mavado money and never gave it back. I started calling her Messi Masado because she went in the courtroom and just shitted. Just shit up herself. Hey. Oh, she soiled herself and messed up herself. That was her and her team, in my opinion, and I'm guessing, her and her team planning and said, listen, they done disbarred you already, took away your law license. Next thing is they're going to convict you for fraud. You're a disgraced attorney. You're going to jail for fraud and a mother of the money, a thief, a prominent entertainer. Here's what you need to do. Drink this whole heap of Senapod mixed with the Cersei. I don't know, she probably take something else too. Some Epsom salt. Do it about 15-20 minutes before you go into the courtroom. That means during the procedure, let's start here, the clean out start. We're going to go in there as your attorney and tell the judge, say, Your Honor, our client is gravely ill. Our client is gravely ill. Listen, she needs immediate medical attention, and she needs to be in a place where there's a medical facility close by or medical personnel close by, because she cannot hold her food down. Do the sound. I'm telling you. Oh, see, Your Honor. See, she's choking. She's going to throw up right now. She cannot contain or hold her food in because she throws up all the time. She has a vicious cough. Cough now? See, Your Honor, horrible cough. And even her bowels are loose. So unless you want to have people on standby at the jail to clean up doo-doo all the time, now's the time to shit. To clean up doo-doo all the time, I suggest we put her on house arrest. Shit no? And she doo-doo up. And the judge said, oh my God, yo, court is adjourned. Call in the cleanup people, please. Judge come back and say, all right, keep her at home. And she avoided going to jail. And Mavado still didn't get his money back. So, if you think I dropped me a make, maybe his attorney said to him, listen, this is the only way. The only way. Yeah, Pampas, they are jail too. But here what? The Pampas where they are jail. How many of them you think them are going to give you? Why? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, good morning, my man.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Can't complain. She's still at home.
Awesome. All right, here, my little 2 cents for my little Blackman business this morning.
Yeah.
Blackman don't lose no mind.
What?
Blackman is in contact. Is in fact. He's in fact. But he's trying to get into the judge head. If you realize Monday, Monday was when I said he was mad because he came out fully mad, talking garbage. You get what I'm saying? But yesterday, when he was able to own the Donship, own leadership.
Own leadership, and said that they were under his influence?
Yes, and telling the judge that, listen, hold me and let them go. What he's saying, is that what he's trying to do, is maintain his Donship. Because if he and his boys goes down, there's no power for him to gain.
No foot soldiers outside.
Yes. So if they are free to go, it simply means then that he can call shots from prison.
That angle.
But if everybody goes down, there's nobody for him to call.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If everybody goes down with him, then he will lose his mind that time.
Right.
Yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, you have a point.
He's just playing right now.
You have a point. I've seen other people say that in the comment sections too. You have a point. But would a sane person actually believe that? Because these guys who, like, no judge is gonna look at the others and say, oh, you were under his influence and he said it, so I forgive all your crimes and I'm just gonna let you go and hold him accountable. That's not gonna happen.
No, the judge is not gonna do that.
You sound crazy just for asking it. You know, to me.
One last thing.
Mm-hmm.
When he said he don't know who pardoned those two witnesses.
Right.
What he's basically saying to Judge Sykes, you know, is that, listen, me and you believe the same thing. Because the judge believes that they should be charged as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if I am the Don, and both of us believe in the same thing,
mm-hmm.
if they are pardoned, it is only fair that you pardon the rest and hold me. You get what I'm saying?
Got it.
To conquer man, you have to get on the same page with them. Yeah, that's just my like 2 cents still.
All right. Good one. I appreciate it, my brother. Manners.
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right. And there's another angle, right? Then there's another angle. So it's tricks of the trade. The people them always that talk about Sir P. I'm telling you something about Sir P, right? First of all, I don't really like the people that go over Sir P stuff. So I could be straight with it. Because I'm not a hypocrite, I'm not hide and talk. I don't listen to him. But I did listen the other day to a story that him put out about who is actually Medikk's boyfriend and how he was with Medikk. So you can go over there go find that. Some of these people are like, when they first start YouTube, them feel like, say, okay, whoever is leading or whoever has the most numbers or whatever and subscribers or whatever, me go over there go start a beef with them. And then people will follow me. Like, what's his name who come out the other day as a cheater and him and his wife I go through something and I see them no more on social media now or whatever. When he first started, it was SouFLoTV. It was a male stripper and eat him own poop. Pan camera, eat him own doodoo and them boy they are Yankee and this, that and the other. He's not really Jamaican. And you know, they spread a whole bunch of stuff and then their platform got, for Sir P's platform, I don't know why, but they took it upon themselves to come over here and talk about, yeah, Sir P call your name in a SouFLo. Him say, you are one of them. Yeah, you are one of them where, and then they started calling me criminal supporter or violence producer supporter. So the other day, one time, you hear Mr. Vegas said, him a laugh after me, but him not really laugh after me, him did just a laugh because the same, him said the same people them will say, yeah, I say no, or the same knife with stick, goat stick, sheep, or something like that, because over there, they had labeled me a supporter of violence producers, right? Me, of all people. So now when these people come over to my channel, if I do a topic, a Sir P, you get that from. Or, you know, have the real story, man. Shut up and go sit down. A Sir P have the real story. And I'm like, you don't ever hear me mention these people's name, right? You don't ever hear me speak bad about other people and their platform and what they say over there and all these things. But they do it over here. So usually when I see my comment section and they're in it and them start call up the name them, all I do is quietly hit the button right here while I'm talking to you and just block this person from the channel or erase this comment or whatever. But me no want in a nothing pan no social media with nobody. I did that when I first started SouFLoTV because I thought too that the excitement would sell, and it did. But it limited my platform. So a beer Bugoyaga did over here, and every time good people came over here to comment, them get sent up under them mother and all kind of something like that. So I stopped doing it. So when you're calling my name and you're labeling me and you're saying, yes, all him love the world sprat to, you know. him love Vibes Cartel more than how him love him wife, you know, and all them something there. I'm not joining none of that foolishness. I'm not joining any of that foolishness, right? A lot of people went and talk foolishness about me, and then when the people them come over here to see, because them never know me exist either. Who is SouFlo? Who am I talk about? And when they came and they listened, guess what? They ended up subscribing and staying. So I don't have nothing bad to say about nobody. Me and nobody in nothing. Like I said, I like to walk around and hold my head up. And me and nobody is in no bugu yaga, nothing, right? I address beef intelligently and move forward. Wasn't no beef though, but I will send you over to Sir P, even though I mean I like some of them. Here's the thing with that platform. If you're a person that has all this inside information, then you're a person who law enforcement should be working with and speaking to. If you're not a part of law enforcement, and if you are, then you should also have knowledge about these crooked politicians, police, CEOs of companies, and all that. You can't tell me say I only entertainer and ghetto youth. You have the sauce and the backstory on, right? So until you can start giving me that kind of dirt, then I'll just stay over here in my own corner. But for the Medikk story, while we're transitioning, because we can come off of the Blackman something now, for the Medikk story, hold on there. I don't like to be. I was looking for something. But yeah, for the Medikk story, Medikk mom was on social media crying yesterday. She cried her heart out. She bawled. Her daughter has been missing for a while. And my bet is that they will never find Medikk. They'll never find her. But I like to give my audience the true experience of SouFLoTV. But I also like to share knowledge with them. So even if it comes from a platform where it's not a platform I necessarily listen to or respect how them do things, I'll still send my audience over there. Like, go look for it, right? A lot of these people, they don't mention name, they don't, unless they're trying to start beef to get views or whatever, because you know people go where the negative is because it sells, the excitement. Who SouFlo cuss out now? Who get your hot my youth? Let me go see who this is my war with. That kind of stuff. That's what they love. And that sells. But even if it's that, I will still send people over there. Their perception is if he's doing good. Because look how long me there do good. Look how long me there I talk good about Jamaica, then flip it and say how bad me I talk. I want the place to be cleaned up. I want the place to be good, right? I don't support certain things. I say I respect how people choose, but don't bawl when the consequences come. There's no support in that. I tell people I still believe in jungle justice. Them cuss me. All kind of something. But if the information is over there where I want you to hear it, I'll send you there. I'm not one of those people that's like this. Oh, if me send the people them over there, them I go get for share my audience, and then for them subscriber numbers I go start go up to. And I'm not that feeble-minded. I'm not that kind of a person. That's why I big up people all the time. I send people go on them platform all the time. Half of these people never ask me to big them up. Them contact me after and say, yo, SouFlo, big up yourself. Me see you heal me up this morning or whatever. But they don't ask me to. But ask them if all these years me they here I said certain things, if any of them ever sent anybody over here, yo, go listen to this youth. Hear what a youth I said. Like when this whole audience put together the list of things that are completely doable for Jamaica to be a better place. I'm going to send it to Andrew Holness. I'm going to send it to a bunch of other people. Nobody never said, yo, the youth have said this for a long time, you know, this, that, and the other. Even the popular people like the Queen Africas and them, they'll come and say, yo, me did I listen to you from remember one time you didn't have the flagging at the back and it never turned right, it turned sideways. Let me tell you the truth, my lad. Me I listen to you from your background, it fuck up. That's Queen Africa, right? Not once did any of them ever share what I was saying to anybody else and say, yo, you know, so we need to pull in the youth and hear more away myself and get this message amplified to reach the people them where it's supposed to reach, blah, blah, blah. No. Because a lot of them operate with the mindset that if they spotlight you, you're going to gain somehow off their audience, their numbers, their following, or something like that. I'm not saying that's what she specifically did, but that's how I noticed that they operate. Right? With that said, you can go check out Politics Watch, because it's Politics Watch its name. You can go check it out. And I mean, it tells some very intriguing stories, but that's if you're interested in who kill who and who is in which gang. And, you know, them there, me not interested in them there. I'm more interested in conviction. I'm more interested in the court cases when it goes to court. I'm more interested in seeing the evidence played out in front of me and what is presentable, what is presented in court, and what is proven versus what's not proven. You know, that kind of stuff. But the backstories are interesting too. And that's a good place to go for them, for a Politics Watch. The story he did on Medikk, the missing female that's been missing over a month now, I'm telling you to go over to his channel and listen, because it's from that perspective I was going to talk this morning. This is her mom. And her mom yesterday was crying. Sarah?
Desperate. I am desperate. I'm seeking you to come on board with me. I need the nation. Mighty God, I need help. I need help. I'm looking to you. So when you reach out to the police, you contacted them yourself? I'm not, nothing. I'm not hearing anything. Nothing, I'm not hearing anything. Nothing to bring comfort. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I'm wondering, where do we live? Is this Jamaica? This is not a good Jamaica for us. I worked so hard. Let me tell you something. I'm going to share my story with Jamaican because they need to know where I am coming from. I got pregnant at 16 years old. I have my 3 daughters. We are like sisters. Stephanie, I suffered with Stephanie.
Her name is Stephanie.
Not food to eat. I am not from Westmoreland, you know. But I went to Westmoreland with my friend. And while I was there and I got pregnant, I have no one. I have to do any type of work. Not meaning to go and sell myself, because guess what? I grew up in church, so that is out of it. I'm not hearing nothing at all from her friends, from the team. Nothing at all. I don't even know who they are. I don't know them. I don't know them. I'm begging you, nationwide, church is all over. Only you I have right now to stand in the gap with me. I am begging you, church, all over, to come. I need help. Poor Stephanie missing. And she called me. She said, Mom, pray for me. I said, Steph, you go and pray. Learn to pray for yourself now. I've been praying for you too long, but still I'm going to pray for you. And I encourage her from my home to church. And I said, Steph, you need to pack your things and come down. Where's Stephanie living? There's a greater dwelling for her there. I said, come. Stephanie said, Mom, remember that we're going to go away. Tuesday, I buy a ticket for all of them to go on a family vacation. She said, Mom, I can't come. I can't come because I have goods to make. I don't refer Stephanie as a Medikk dancer. I refer Stephanie as a businesswoman. I don't grow up into the dancer. I understand that is what she wants, but I don't refer to her as Medikk. She's Stephanie Williams.
Which was the 24th. She was in the bank and she was talking to me. And I was on another call. We spoke briefly, probably about 10, 11 minutes. And then I told her that I would call her back. But we'll probably send messages like we normally do in between time.
This is the sister she last spoke to.
She texted me that day and she said, "Friend, I have something to tell you." And I text her back and I said, "I can't wait to hear." I did not talk to her at all after 10 in the morning. And the last message she sent me was 3 o'clock. That was the last time I sent her something and she responded.
Jamaica, I am desperate. I am desperate.
Okay. That interview, if you Google "I am desperate," it will come up Jamaica Observer. Just Google Jamaica Observer "I am desperate," where you can watch the whole interview, right? That was done with Jamaica Observer. But if you go over to Politics Watch, Politics Sir PM have a backstory because this girl went missing. If you look at the first video on this channel right now, it's about her being missing. I just put that video up a few weeks ago when she went missing. That video is now at 162,000 and counting. So people are seeing it, and that was the exact goal, was for a lot of people to see it. That means wherever she might be, to heighten the chances of somebody possibly seeing her. If 162,000 people seen it, the possibilities are high, right? That was the goal. But there's a backstory, and the backstory talks about her boyfriend, who is also her road manager. But I asked when it first happened, I said, who is this boyfriend? Who is this road manager? Because the last phone call she made said this same person called and told her, "I send a car, come pick you up, get ready, because you're going to go do a video shoot." And she got ready and she told her sister, "So and so say, me fi get ready. You must send car come pick me up because I'm going to do a video shoot." So the message was even relayed. So they know who said, "Cara, come pick you up, you have a video shoot." But they're not telling who the person is. So I said, this is kind of funny. Don't the family know? Because usually, if big woman have them, our girl have our boyfriend and it's somebody that is been with her for a while, sisters know him, cousins know him, brother know him, mommy probably know him or not, I don't know. But somebody in the family is going to know him, right? Right. So how come nobody is mentioning him? And he is also her road manager / boyfriend? Funny. And then, boom, that story pop up over Sir P, who says he's actually in prison. And he's been in prison. And he's been running everything from in prison and all that. So it's a very interesting story that I would say go listen to. I'm not saying it's factual or everything that man is saying over on his channel is factual. I'm just saying go listen to the story, because I like to give my audience all angles of every story, even when the information is on a platform that I don't too gel with, right? Right. So on that note, Mr. The Whole Heaper, I saw my caller calling just now and said something, and people are jumping in the comment section about SRP, yeah, listen to. Like the people can't have their own ideas. Like the people can't say stuff that other people would also say. So may I ask you if you calm and chill. Some of them jump in the comment section sometime. Move on, go SouFLo, you're the fraud. SRP, you're the real deal. And buddy, I don't care. I'm not into that. So don't bring it over to my platform, please. All right? There's enough out here for everybody to go around. And it's manners and respect from me to everybody. Just don't call up my name in no foolishness. And even if you do, just don't expect me to be calling up your name in any foolishness. I don't tit for tat back and forth or anything like that. But I'm going to go listen to that story then. Tomorrow morning, when I ask you, did you listen to the story? I want to hear a feedback. Very, very deep story. Kaz Robinson says, why the catch open? Arya said, why the chat open? The chat is open this morning because it'll be the one time it's open for the rest of the week. Yesterday, Monday, it was not open. Tuesday, I was not here. Wednesday is today. Happy hump day, everybody. It's open today. It won't be open Thursday. It won't be open Friday. Right? So enjoy while you're in here. Keep it respectful while you're in here. You won't be back in here for the rest of the week. Boy, this is not a good look for my country. Now, my prediction, as far as she is concerned, as far as Stephanie is concerned, aka Medikk or OC, Medikk, in Jamaica we say OC. OC is otherwise called. In the US we say aka, alias known as. Same thing. My prediction for her is the same prediction I have for Philip Paulwell's young daughter and her mother. She's not going to be found. She's not going to be found. They don't know where she is, and she's not going to be found. It's a sad prediction, but given the information that is around this case, she's never going to be found. Whoever did that tucked her away neatly. They have been unalived. Now, I am hoping and praying that I'm wrong. I want somebody to come one day and say, SouFlo, look, them fine her. You did wrong, man. See it, because it would bring nothing but joy to my heart. And it pains me to make these kind of predictions. But if you pay attention to the stories and the details of the stories, you know. A brother called me the other day. I say, yo, SouFlo, you're a prophet, you know. I don't know how you... I just like that, you know. The man say, you're a prophet. Just like how Jamaican people talk. Him say, you're a prophet, you know. I don't know how you know, so them something going to happen. Remember I told you about the Airbnb stuff in Jamaica? And I actually told you about the Airbnb stuff in New York. And I told you that I'm a heavy Airbnber because that's my way of putting money back into the economy in Jamaica. However, 1 and 1 is 2. Think. Airbnb is one entity. It's like a franchise kind of thing. And all franchises I know have to follow certain guidelines globally. You can't buy a franchise of Burger King and start serving granny fried chicken out of it and all these other things. You have to follow their menu, right? And you have to follow protocol how business is done. So from me see them do that in New York with the Airbnb, I said, they're going to do this internationally. What's the next place me think of? Jamaica, because at Jamaica, me there Airbnb all the time. So it affects me directly and a lot of the people I know that are on here. That's why I made that prediction. And sure enough, a few days later, new regulations coming for Airbnbs in Jamaica. They released the numbers. Last year, 500,000 visitors went to an Airbnb instead of going to the regular hotels. What does that tell you? It tells you that the hotel industry is losing a lot of money. 500,000, $100 million went into the pocket of local Jamaicans through Airbnb. What's the flip side of that? The industry lost $100 million. You think they want that? No. So new regulations are coming. That was just how me know it. I'm a prophet. I pay attention to what go on. Now, albeit some people don't have the time to because they're too busy. So they come here because I compile information and give it to them. But if you pay attention to what's going on, you could see what's about to happen next. That's why when you hear me say, watch and see what's going to happen next, or wait for more, there's going to be more. I don't feel like going into details because I don't know the details sometimes. How can I know what man I going to do next? Like in a certain situation we are going right now with certain, there's going to be more. There's going to be more. The Philip Paulwell story. We are nowhere closer to finding them. This is the update as of September 26. Philip Paulwell said, we are nowhere closer to finding them, says Paulwell, as his daughter and her mother remain missing. This is Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, heavy, prominent politician, Philip Paulwell. That's his daughter, his 10-month-old baby daughter, and her mom gone missing, just like that. Car pull up on them foot at home. She jumps in, never to be seen again, with baby. The 10-month-old daughter name is Soraya, and her mother is 27-year-old Tashina Patterson. I know a lot of people are like, damn, she at 27, him at 61, and the girl so young and him so big and whatever. You know, there's a lot of, in the details, there is always this whole bunch of, oh, I want to know the details. Because the details is sensationalized and or tantalizing sometimes. Big, this is a movie script. This is a friggin' Netflix series movie script. The prominent politician who has heavy pull and heavy connections, without a doubt. That's not a secret. We're talking about Philip Paulwell. We're talking about sitting member of parliament for East Kingston, Jamaica capital, and Port Royal. And he has a relationship at home with a daughter and a woman who many perceive to be his wife. And he's 61. And a 27-year-old girl outside has a baby for him. And the same day his at-home woman finds out, she goes missing and she's never to be seen again. Come on, this is like a movie script. The details are like a movie script. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What going?
My dad and the family want
Not much. Hey, sorry about trying to get in touch with me. I didn't realize that I was on replay I was listening to. So my bad on that. And the way you say you're always busy. Couple of few things I want to touch on where that is concerned. That's why I'm there trying to reach out to you.
Okay.
The funny thing about that, you think it's the other way around. I don't hear nobody say that. You think is she trying to get away from him
and take her herself and gone into hiding,
or feel something is gonna go on with her?
You know, I encourage thinking outside the box, and I don't think just one way. So, I mean, anything is possible, don't it?
Yeah, but in a certain sense, where they all fly the message saying, "Oh, they catch this person and wait near them."
Yeah, the airport and
that is just air in the wind. It's so away, but that is just air in the wind.
Right.
How can you operate so fast, catching someone, going on an airplane in Jamaica, where we don't have a database? Who is coming in from who is not coming in, to know who is going out, our perpetrator who is coming in, but yet still you nab somebody that way, near me? No, I say this to say this. Remember, my man flagged the girl very badly. And Mr. Fluffpants come on and I talk about, oh, give chance and wait name there, and people make mistake and wait name. You remember that? And that was all washed like concrete, was stain up on it. Them wash the bank waiting in the bank front to make it look good. That's why I said maybe
it's the other way.
And to me, I have a 75% that she lost herself because she don't want to get lost deeply.
That's a good angle to look at it from. Another thing to look at. Another avenue to look down.
Big up yourself, my brother.
Manners and respect, King. Yes, love and respect. Yeah. That's a good angle to look at it from. Him call him Fluffatan. Jamaican people are Kanjo and Flufftan. Anyhow, so Paulwell gave the update during Tuesday's sitting of the House. Today is Wednesday. This is yesterday he said this. And he expressed that his colleagues and the staff of his colleagues and the House staff He's thanking them for their support. Indeed, all of Jamaica has reached out to me over the last 2 weeks as I go through my own personal trial, despite the fact that we are nowhere closer today than we were 2 weeks ago to finding my daughter, Saraya, and her mother. He's proudly saying his daughter now. But I do feel the prayers, and it's prayers from hundreds and hundreds of Jamaicans who have reached out. In these times, sometimes your own faith can be weakened, but I can assure you, Madam Speaker, and indeed this nation, my faith is stronger today than it has been. The veteran MP also expressed thanks to the police for the work that they have been doing and to urge everybody to continue to pray so that they will be returned home safely. It was reported in the media on September 15th. Today is September 27th. That a person of interest whom the police believe can help in their investigation was removed from an aircraft at one of the island's 2 international airports as that person attempted to leave the island. That individual, which was a man, was said to be cooperating with the police. Paulwell said that the situation with his missing child and her mother, by far, is the most difficult thing that he has ever had to navigate. Now they're saying that person they took off the plane is cooperating with the police. Does he have anything to do with this case? They said that he was already under surveillance. That was how they were able to nab him at the airport. And I believe it was the airport in Kingston, Norman Manley International, that they took him off of a flight. I don't know. That I already made my prediction about them though. But the brother just called just now. Him have a good point, right? Maybe she took herself away. One thing I know though is I haven't heard back from her. Is it the cousin? The cousin who was so vocal before in the beginning? The cousin just disappeared. The cousin doesn't say anything to media anymore. There is no videos. She don't have family. There, I don't see any outrage from any family members like Stephanie, Medikk's mom. I don't know. Something in this. And I'm still going to stick to what I said before. I don't think they'll ever be found. I don't think they will ever be found. Right. Boy. We got through Medikk mother cry already. All right. Watch this. The heads up on Beachy Stout's case. So we ran through this before, but apparently this guy had to start over his testimony because the jury in Beachy Stout's case had to be completely wiped away and they had to start a fresh new jury pool already. Because one man go up there and say, I'm not testifying, I'm not putting my hand on no Bible and swearing because that's against my religion. And next one followed him and said the same thing. The judge said, okay, then just say what you need to say. You know, when you hold up your hand and said the little oath, he said, no, me not said that neither because that is the same thing as putting your hand on the Bible and swearing. It's sinful. And next one say, I can't promise you that I'm going to be unbiased and uphold that oath. So with that said, you don't know if those two had already tainted the other 5 on the jury. So they got rid of everybody, them start a new trial. The first witness was moved to tears on Tuesday when asked about Tanya McDonald's whereabouts in the murder trial of Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout Mcdonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes in the home circuit court in downtown Kingston. Now, when the prosecution asked the former employee of Beachy Stouts where Tanya McDonald was today, he replied, she's dead. Immediately after giving that response, he turned his back to the prosecution team and the rest of the court. He held his head down and he began to sob in a fashion that caused the trial judge, Justice Chester Stamp, to have to adjourn the matter until the next day. Him start bawl uncontrollable sobbing. The Jamaica Observer shout out to them. They saw the witness wiping his face repeatedly with his hands while sobbing. Tanya's partially burnt body was found slumped beside her raised car, burnt up car, and her throat was slashed. She had multiple stab wounds. On the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland, McDonald and Barnes are, of course, accused of conspiring to murder her on July 20th of 2020. The trial is now in operation. The witness took the stand again on Monday, following the dismantling of the previous 7-member jury in the case last week and the information of a new jury on Monday of this week and the formation of a new jury on Monday this week. The witness started to give a testimony last week, but because the previous jury was dismantled, he had to start over again, giving this testimony to the new panel of jurors that were there. That took place on Tuesday, which was yesterday. Today is Wednesday. So this is the update I'm bringing you. The witness had the undivided attention of his former boss, Beachy Stout Mcdonald, the prosecution, the jury, and the judge, as he gave his account of what he recalled of events leading up to the 2020 killing of Tanya. Now, it is said that in court, Beachy was just staring him down, like eyes deadlocked upon him like this. Not saying nothing, just staring him down. Now, I don't know if that's to send a message or say intimidated, or is this, let me see if you're gonna lie upon me. But he was locked onto him. Anyways, he told the courts that he had worked with Merlene McDonald, who is Beachy's first wife, in 2000. And back then he was a shelf packer at Shine's Supermarket and Wholesale in Portland, which they owned. He said that soon after he met Mr. McDonald, when attempts had been made to remove bottles of rum from the store. Some people were stealing from the store. He caught the people stealing, and Beachy was around at the time, and him liked the fact that he was looking out for the business like that. The witness said that when McDonald came to the business place, Merlene had pointed him out and told her husband that the employee had spotted the attempted theft from the establishment, and Mr. McDonald allegedly commended him for his actions. Thanks for looking out for the business and these things. In May of 2009, Merlene, which is the first wife, she was 50 years old at the time. She was gunned down at her home on Bournebrook Avenue in Portland. She was 50. The witness then shared that after her death, his relationship with McDonald had developed into a type of a father-son relationship in which they shared a close bond and a strong trust. Him trust me. He trust me to do anything. He even trust me with his money. According to the witness, McDonald trusted him to carry out many important duties, including money matters, as well as opening up and closing up the business place. He told the court that he was told to take home the keys to the establishment on many different occasions. That's how much he trusted him. He said that after Merlene's murder, the first wife, McDonald gave him roughly $18,000 one day to take to a store and purchase a cell phone for a female friend. He followed the instructions that his boss gave him. After that, he gave the phone to Tanya, who was then a sister who did not have a phone. That's all she was known as. Him say, yeah man, it's a little sister when I have a phone, you know, so I look out for her, so get her a phone here for me and give it to her. So Mr. McDonald had decided to buy the sister a phone. He added that he saw Tanya again when Mr. McDonald now brought her to the business place shortly after wifey died on around September or October of 2009. And from that time onward, she would always come to the shop. Soon after, he said that Tanya and Mr. McDonald got married and she began playing a boss role in the business. However, she and her husband According to the witness, they argued very, very often. Them would have fight and argue at the business. Most of the arguments were over his fear of her entertaining other lovers, or if she did have other men. The witness claimed that Beachy had destroyed his wife's personal cellular phone. This is the young wife. And the witness said he would mash up Tanya's cellular phone on numerous occasions. Mash up her phone and have to buy back new phone. On numerous occasions, and would always accuse her of cheating. He also claimed that on one occasion, Mr. McDonald had held her head and slammed her head into the wall. Beat her head upon the wall. According to the witness's testimony, Beachy was a controlling husband who would take away his wife's cell phone from time to time and place her under restrictions. The witness also testified that Beachy had unplugged the computer in her office because Tanya had been using Facebook. The witness also added that Beachy did not like his wife's friends because they were allegedly introducing her to other men. The witness also recalled that the relationship between Tanya, the dead wife, younger wife, and her husband, Mr. Beachy Stout, had become so strained that he actually built a special office for her to stay and work in at the business because he did not want to see her too much when he came there. The witness is expected to continue his testimony when the case resumes today, which is Wednesday, September 27th. So there will be more to his testimony that he will be speaking of, which I will be bringing to you. Again, same old thing, same old story. Old boy, when you take up young girl, you see, especially young fit body girl, just know say a problem you take up, brother. And if your back not strong, and if you can't do the rounds, and if you're not, listen, money alone can't do it here, sir. And it's full time, enough man know that too. Money alone cannot do it. You must be lucky. Now here's the thing, this work, you know, this older man, younger woman thing, it works in other cultures, it works in Eastern culture. It don't work so much in Western culture. And the thing is, Western culture is highly sexualized and driven by sex. If you want to sell a car, let a girl clap cheeks in front of the car. Sold. If you want to invite people to an event, bring in a bunch of sexy women, put them in some skimpily dressed outfit. Sold. Sex sells in Western world. So everybody is hypersexualized, right? So in a Western world now, you're going to have a young lady where she'll be like, our friend, them gonna laugh and say, girl, I must your sugar daddy kind old. Even if you're not going to do with one older man, why you go so old? The man are like 40-something years older than you. Me not go about 20. Even 25, but God, 40, I like your grandfather. And then him not even look good neither. Oh, you do it. You know, and them have them little... but him have all heap of money though. Yeah. That lasts for a while. Until nature kicks in, right? And then something now happen. Some needs are not being met or fulfilled. And then people go places. Or just the sheer insecurity of the older guy. She can't do the things where young girls her age are doing, but she have a group of friends. And when she tries to do that, there's going to be problems. Where y'all go? Who y'all go with? When y'all come back? Well, if you're married, your partner's supposed to know all that anyway. But a young person might see that as controlling. You hear me just say? A mature-minded person will say, out of respect for my marriage, because I am married, of course I have to tell my husband where I'm going and who I'm going with and how long I plan on spending there. You know, just, oh, girls' weekend away. Bye, honey, see you. And you left Thursday afternoon and you don't come back till Monday morning. No, you have to say where you're going, who you plan on going with, what are you going to do. Young minds see that as controlling. I'm controlling, you see. Always want to know which part me there, when me I go, who me I go with. A mature mind don't see it as controlling. They see it as a part of the responsibilities that comes with being married. You see it? So you gotta be a problem already. And not to mention our friend them I chat about you all the time. And then the little young boy, chisel body, 6-pack self over there, yo, hey, what? And our friend them, talk to him. Go on. Come out from under the old man. Go talk to him. I'm more your age group and your size that. I can't stand your husband. Yeah, I feel money have we out here, girl, and it can pay for the whole and we still not like him. That's the stuff that you invite into your life when you do stuff like that. You see what I say? You never have no kids together or nothing, just have a really young wife that's around. For what? For what? If I be like Beachy, me that breed her every year if I could. If your money so long, breed her I would have breed her as often as I could. That mean you don't lose nothing. When she go, she go. But you got kids out of it at least. So if people are saying, yo, she nyam out the money, you know. Yeah, she nyam it out and take care of herself and my kids them. She represent me because she have my children them. So when people see her, them not say, Jesus Christ, how SouFlo stick him wooden at that. What her ears, foot back them look like that. God no star. And baby mother look cranny. Them ex-wife, God, she look terrible. Look on the picnic them too. Oh God, man. Because that's what they do, right? So me no business. She can, nyam out the money. Me no care. I take care of herself. I'll pick them, but I'm paying for something constructive. But you just go pick up this big young girl and nothing. What? Lock up in a house and then lock up in a business. That's not what young people like to do, sir. And when you were young, you didn't like to do it too. Lock up in a house and lock up in a business. You know, Kara go nowhere, you know. Trouble. Be a trouble you're inviting in your life. My boy said they used to fight all the time, and it was almost always about him accusing her. Big fight at the business. Always accusing her because he was very insecure. As far as we heard, she gave him a lot of reasons to be insecure because he used to pay people to follow her. And she used to get catch all the time. You know, when you catch some people and they're like, it's not what it looks like. It's not what you're seeing. What you're seeing is not what it looks like. Yeah. It was one of those. I heard one female who was her friend, allegedly her friend, said she get catch enough time. And them talk about, remember the situation with Dalakan when she there town? Yeah, and him thump her and pop off her wig and mash up the car and all kind of something. Something dead. Angel D said something dead. Well, that's the story. That's the story. Worse if something dead upon you. You can't take up young girl and something dead upon you, brother. Take up one of them old woman that went no business about that no more because she rinse out for herself already too, so she good. So no, no, she can just, settle with you and your thing. I was driving back from Atlanta last night and me just start laughing up. Because I said to myself, say, where do you get some of these things from that you're saying? Me just a Jamaican youth to just talk. I'm steeping on my culture, so I talk how me grow kind of thing, you know? But that time when I was like, touch it for me now, go on and see if I can do nothing for you. Because me try it and do nothing for me. You know, when you have that dead piece upon your body and you do all kind of something to it and it don't do nothing for you. You might have a woman out there who love you so much that she'll even work with a little dead piece. But I guarantee you she won't be no young girl. So the old man, them send a message to this morning, our older guys. Send a message to this morning. See? But no young girl now go and play with your little dead piece, brother. Especially if you're having health condition issues and you know say it dead. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. You're just putting yourself out there to get laughed at. You know? Maybe him sperm dry up. Vicky says, get J-Pig to squeeze it like she squeezed Chicago one. J-Pig. Yo, Okay. Squeeze it for me now. J-Pig said, yes, me squeeze him body. What she said? Me squeeze him puppy. He said, me I tell you the truth. Me I tell you God Almighty truth. Yes, me squeeze him puppy. Cause I ain't fetish. And him say I ain't fetish. Him say he want me squeeze him puppy every morning. And if me squeeze it every morning for 1 week straight, he might do one song and one feature and one song for me. And put out the two of them. And so, yes, I've been in a business for a long time now. I try bus and can bus. So, of course, me squeeze him puppy. Hey! She said, me squeeze puppy for 1 week straight. All me and have arthritis. See me on ya. What I have to go ask them to squeeze your puppy, daddy. See if the puppy still at work. Squeeze it for me now. Because when me squeezing nothing happen, so maybe he do something for you. Because you know, do nothing for me still. Me write it off long time, eulogy and everything. Keep funeral fee, it dead. It just the day I wait for the two we go together. But squeezing puppy. Yo, on that note, Francine put up a message yesterday. I should have saved it. I should have saved it. Oh, me did save it. Me love it. Mix up sometime, you know. Watch out. Francine said, this is Cargo's wife. Cause remember, I know when me cover this, me say, yo, how the girl has all them thing here? Isn't Francine and Cargo back together? Jesus Christ. But this don't look good for your wife. And you know, Cargo come out and do film little. The girl better stay quiet and she better stay quiet for the sake of her daughter and all that. Me I said, that sounds more like a threat than a denial. You know, because if a girl said that about me I come out and come say, when me ever ask you to squeeze up my puppy, but you say it's the one fetish, squeezing puppy. But now, at the end of the week, he might go back on the deal. Because now he might ask for front and I don't want to give him none. So she thinks she's not going to squeeze puppy for a week and the deal seal. It was squeeze puppy for a week and the fine printing of the contract said, at the end of squeezing puppy for a week, you're going to ride for 2 minutes and then we get the deal sealed. She said, no, I'm not doing that part because I'm not sign up for that. And that was the deal. So now them in a big discrepancy. Look at Cargo's wife message though. Cargo wife put up a message yesterday and she says, stop calling my name in YouTube bullshit. First of all, I don't condone any form of violence against women. Secondly, Cargo is a single man. Does he appear to be married or even talk like he is married to a woman? Question mark. So, see that? And she changed her name on IG too. See? So now she is one Frano _ boss lady. That's it. No more, none of that. Yes, sometimes I'm squeezing puppy. Yo, that girl make me laugh. So till somebody said the two of them talk alike. She and Cargo talk the same. I wish part them come from a Jamaica, they must come from the same place. A country people, they master like a me. So they will always sound the same one time already. Squeezing puppy. See that?
I cannot turn up and I tell be a lie about me people. Knock away Cargo say. No go so. Nothing.
They have to play it again. We're sorry.
I'm fuck like dog.
Jesus
and I go out man when I'm fucking. You can't chat to me. Ask me if you ever see me do the message yet. You can't chat to me. Me no want Cargo. Me no want Cargo. I'm a big toe to my little toe. A pussy vengeance him a carry. Yeah? I be a lie, sit down and plan up about me and tell be a lie about me, but I left him to the 4 square corner of this world. For all them lie, he make my mother shed tears. My mother feel say, and a dirty boy, this okay cover me and go pass something and tell life for me house. Eh? Everybody who know me where me come from, a decent family come from decent yard. My mother no nasty, me no nasty, no with no gross. Decent place, my sister just come from England where they and build up my mother house, rebuild it. 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, open concept, kitchen and living. And the place clean and nice. And the man come out and my mother pot. And my mother plate and then turn off for sure and say, what kind of man that? And I turn out and say, oh, me had this and me had that and me had nasty. Cargo is a wicked. Me Cargo kick off already around a rebel team. You know what we kick off for?
He say I'm fetish, and if me queasy him puppy, he go bust me. He go make me do 2 songs. I collab with him and I single. And to be honest, cause this again now was the more can talk. Since as him a tell life for me can't talk the truth. Oh, this boy wicked. He say I'm fetish, and if me queasy body a man then that's all he want. He never make sure me boss and put out song with me and me want boss me dead a music long time and quiz hell out of that wood. Me quiz hell out of it. The 7 man in me a quizzing wood so that's come at all arthritis me developing a me damn hand. And when the song me record was collab and then me record the single. You hear? And when he see go through and he dey tell him and them say boy never know so me can't deliver good. I never expect something so bad.
Yo, y'all gonna learn to leave these Jamaican girls alone. Oh no, I learned if you left there, Jamaica over there alone, you know. Hey, dog. Y'all gonna learn if you left them Jamaican over there alone. You hear me tell you? She said, me now hold on my mouth and talk. Oh, so the whole of we I get tell pan in this, including me. I squeeze the hell out of that puppy. Lord God have mercy this morning, Jesus Christ. Yo. Francine said, don't mix me. Don't call me name on the internet, YouTube, thing. He's a single man. Don't stop calling me name. So, France, with that said, I will stop calling your name, ma'am. I just thought y'all had worked it out and was back together and, you know, in lovey-dovey again. I didn't know. Hey, Lord God. Anyhow, moving on. We have a whole heap of things that still to talk about. So, hold on there. What you try to say? Kaga do sexual favors exchange for music production. So them something that where the woman them did I say about the music industry and how you have to squeeze puppy, you know, and you have to use your mouth and other parts of your body and do this and that in there to get ahead. You have to give some head to get ahead, kind of thing. It look like, I don't know. Kaga, I don't know. You can come clear up your side of the story, brother. The platform is open to you too because me play other people things, so me like to be fair and balanced and make you can talk your talk. That little message that you put out the other day, it never worked it. Because the whole heap of music are playing in the background, the people them can't hear what you were saying, and you know, you just accost the girl. We didn't hear you refuting anything. You hear say a lie, she never squeeze your puppy yet, and you never ask her, you never tell her say your fetish or nothing like that. But hey man, to each his own. You're rough out there. I hope she get a bus for real. Because you know you go around and squeeze puppies. Imagine squeezing all those puppies and never arriving at what you set out to arrive at. You just become a puppy squeezer. in the industry, you just become known as a puppy squeezer. You start get passed around. Yeah, yo, she squeeze puppy good, you know. Yeah, man, she squeeze puppy good. Let me give her a number. If you go down so later, just ask for so and so. Good puppy squeezer. And she's yo. Bounty Killer gets back his UK visa. Now, I was under the impression that Bounty could go to the UK whenever him feel like it. Mr. Cross, angry, miserable. I was under the impression that he could go to the UK, but he couldn't. He can't go to the US either, because, you know, I guess the US does as the UK does, and the UK does as the US does. So if you lose your US visa, more than likely you can't go into the UK as well. Even though I've seen people get deported from the US and end up in the UK. So I don't know how that works, but I'm no immigration specialist, so that's not where we're going this morning. Let's talk about Killer and celebrate. So after 15 years, dancehall veteran Bounty Killer is set to make a triumphant return to the United Kingdom. I want Bounty Killer to get his US visa back. I think Killer has more than proven that, you know, he's a changed person. And him depend grown man time in these days. No little boy thing, no loose meds, nothing. And he's leading. You know, in my lead by example. So he's become quite the philanthropist with his foundation, the Bounty Foundation in Jamaica. He's just a changed man. His kids are grown now. He's not the same young killer where they probably reckless. I don't know. Don't want to say that because I never know him like that. But we want him to come back to the US. You see, in the US for our artists, them, it's 50 states in the US. And each state have its own thing go on. So you can imagine, if you can imagine commanding, say, let's start out small. Let's say me I command $5,000 a show, $5,000 a performance. If I do one in each state, it's 50 times one. I mean, not 50 times one, it's 50 times 5, sorry, times the 5,000, times 50. And I'm sure he's going to be doing multiple in each state. You see places like in New York and Texas even, and Florida, where our community is strong. People like Bounty Killer, them, they'll make a killing when they come here because they are held to such high regard in the industry, in the business, their catalog of music and what they stand for and these kind of things. Everybody I go want to see Bounty Killer if him come at the US, including me. If him there, me I go which part him there, right? So I'm waiting for him to get that back. So when I saw the headline yesterday as I'm driving back from Atlanta, say Bounty Killer gets his visa back, I was like, yes, Killer, come on, US. Only to find out that it was the UK, not the US visa him get back. But it's still a good look, because now he will collect the money in pounds instead of in dollars, and the pounds worth more than the dollar right now anyway. And I know for a fact that he's going to be well received in the UK, because UK version of dancehall and reggae music, I mean, they hold dear to it, man, and they support big time. I don't know if y'all ever seen like Tony Mataran and them man, they go over, they go perform. You would think say some big Michael Jackson concert from back in the day, the way how the people them pack out the place, whole heap of big venues, and the way how they carry on. So the full support is there for sure. I can't wait for him to be doing this. I was watching a special with Bounty Killer and Baby Sham and somebody else. I think it's Dave Kelly. I think it was Dave Kelly when they went to the Bahamas to lock down for a few weeks in the Bahamas to do some musical work, you know. And Sham was saying he had to get Bounty away from Jamaica and all the distractions that are there and get him focused back on the music so them can get this project done. So they filmed it in the Bahamas. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a wonderful, wonderful piece to watch. Because it actually shows Bounty Killer in so many different light. Like him in the kitchen and cook food. And Sham, one of the things that stuck with me is this. You know some of them real yard man there that ain't never changing. Like you can't give them no hamburger and fries and something. Man are like, how we feed that to? You know them something there? Yeah, give me a swim around or, you know, a steam fish with some okra on it and 2-finger green banana and piece of yellow yam and them something there. You know, it was very interesting to see all that. And I say, yo, the man, true to him thing. Sham is like, yeah, man, him wake up early morning time and from them man, they get up, they want them cup of tea first. And then I'm like, yo, that's me so much. But that remind me of like my grandfather, my uncle, and my father, and them kind of, you get up early in the morning, want a cup of tea first, you know? Bust gas by off of your stomach and them something there. Then you go look for something. Maybe you don't know, an egg and bread and 2 pieces of plantain fry up and them kind of thing there. These things. We're not used to like going through drive-through and picking up wherever the drive-through breakfast is for the morning and them thing there. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I encourage y'all to go see it too. So the entertainer told the Gleaner that he hasn't visited Europe or the European country in more than a decade, and confirmed that his fans that are living there, they can expect to see Bounty Killer sometime soon. This is after 15 years. 15 years. The year 2007 or 2008 was the last time that I've been to the UK. The last time me and Ninja Man in Stratford Rex, said Bounty Killer, whose name is Rodney Price. and he has plans to promote his newly unveiled project called Time Bomb, a collaborative with EP with Sham. I definitely will be embarking to the UK next month to do small promo run for the EP with me and Baby Sham and to promote upcoming concerts I will be having there, Bounty Killer said. Have y'all heard Fever? Y'all heard Fever? Bounty just did a song with Maya not too long ago. See, a lot of people, I don't know why them get caught up in this thing about as man reach like certain age, they're like, write them off, they don't exist. Let's see who is the young new artist that come out. Bounty Killer them stay doing them thing. And they are relevant. So him and Maya just did a project together, which I believe the last time I checked it, it's approaching 1 million views. The last time I checked it. But him and Slow Motion it called. I know Fever, Slow Motion. Thank you. Thank you, Shamar Jackson. Slow Motion. Dexter Daps, Bounty Killer, Baby Sham, Slow Motion. That song there, bad. The video, bad. Right. So Killer will have current hits and current strong songs to carry him as well. Right? So him can go for older fans them and introduce a new audience to new material that's banging as well. He says, I definitely will be embarking to the UK next month. Bounty Killer was issued a UK creative worker temporary visa, which may be issued to someone who works in the creative industries. For example, an actor, dancer, musician, film crew member, those kind of things. News of the popular DJ getting back his UK visa traveled far and wide after he made the announcement through Instagram on Monday. Him say, quote unquote, me no stuck again. He posted on the platform adding that new album, new visa, it's a new arising like the Phoenix. Members of the music industry congratulated Bounty Killer on Instagram. God is in control, my general, Charlie Black said. The world needs to see you, great DJ, G-Wiz said. Price has been unable to perform in major overseas markets now for years. His United States visa was cancelled in 2010. In a 2018 interview with The Star, Bounty Killer said that the absence of the US visa restricted his ability to earn and it impacted his career as well. When an artist cannot go to and fro to spread the word, earn a money, and greet their fans, it naturally will slow up your career. A star cannot shine in his house. And Jamaica is like my house. And I need to go out into the world, is what he said. Well, the world is waiting for you, Killer. And I know, I wish I was in England because I'm saying the experience there are going to be crazy. Just like when I flew down for, what's his name, coming home, Buja Banton, when he came home. If you hadn't been there, it's hard to explain what that was. But it was an electrifying experience, to say the least. Electrifying. Now, let's talk about this. So UK Massive, when I go out there, look out for Bounty Killer and these things. Leave it to the police. The MP says that social media speculations could worsen the Grand Spend violence. Everybody knows violence kick off in a Grand Spend right now. Some people are saying, yo, it definitely have something to do with Joshy because all Joshy brother did after, and there was an altercation before, allegedly, which the police put out that involved Joshy having to go to the police and go with lawyers and everything. And then shortly after that, more deaths upon more deaths. One man dead, then there was a triple murder, then there was this, that, and the other. Member of Parliament for St. Andrew North East, Delroy Chuck, says that he's imploring social media bloggers and advocates to refrain from speculating about the flare-up of violence in Grand Spend, as their opinions will only heighten the conflict. What? We must be careful about the speculations and assignment of blame for what is happening, because this can only create further volatility. I urge the various social media advocates to leave it to the police to investigate, gather the information, and charge whoever should be charged. We expect that. If the perpetrators are charged, then justice will be done. Bloodshed blanketed Grantspen on the weekend and saw the death of 4 of its residents. 4. On Friday night, David Clark, brother of dancehall artist Joshua, was shot and killed. On Sunday, gunmen shot. Right after that, shot 3 men along Shortwood Lane. Prior to those murders, businessman Peter Green was shot dead outside of his business place in the community. In June, Omar Romy Wright, who also was killed by a gunman, this is the person who allegedly had the altercation with Josh's mom, and it is unclear if any of the murders were related. There's another article out there that says that you see, you have to take Jamaican news reporting with a grain of salt, because you will read one news house that says it's unclear if things were related, and then a next news source will say things are related, police has confirmed, and then because I have that one day, the killings have left residents cowering in fear, but Chuck said that he is trusting that the police will arrest the violence producers in this area very soon. There's no doubt that in the recent months there has been a few incidents which the police are aware of are happening, and they are doing their investigations, and I expect that once the perpetrators are identified and taken into custody, then the area will return to its normal, calm, and harmonious state. I can only hope that it will be much sooner rather than later. Once a war-torn inner city, Grantspen began rewriting its own history in the mid-2000s when residents joined hands with the police, political representatives, and other interest groups to lay its fearsome chapter to rest. Chuck said that he is in talks with members of the community police management group to restart their regular meetings with the residents. Due to the calm over the past many years, it has not really been meeting because of the harmony that was in the area, so it wasn't really needed. And I asked the persons who usually chair it to get back all the stakeholders together so that we can resume the regular meetings with the police to figure out how peace and calm can be restored and sustained in Grantspen. Okay, all sounds fun and good, right? But let me tell you something. Check this out. Jamaica gone over 900 murders as of August of 2023. We're about to end September and head into October. As of August, we're gone over 900 murders. Not talking about Grantspen alone, I'm talking about Jamaica wide. And it seems like it's trending. Murder is trending. But this is an every year thing. We hit these numbers every single year consecutively. But recently, I've been noticing a whole lot of double murder, triple murder, quadruple murders. There's a quadruple murder right here that we're about to talk about, and it just happened yesterday. Here's what I'm saying, though, to people like Chuck. This whole thing where you say leave it to the police, the MP says social media speculation could worsen Grantspen violence. If I'm on social media and I'm talking about what is happening in Grantspen based on what is published in the Jamaica news, this particular story comes from the Jamaica Star. I read the Gleaner, Observer, Loop, all of them. TVJ, CVM, all of them. If we're having a discussion and we're outside of what are going over there, so how can our discussion possibly worsen the violence in that area? See, these people talk like people are stupid. And let me tell you a tactic that they do. Pay attention, This is a tactic that they do. Them always look for a scapegoat. And I've realized that vloggers or bloggers is a good candidate for scapegoating these days. When they are incapable of doing their jobs properly, or they're trying to hide something, then just blame it on the vlogger them. The vloggers are talking too much. So what if we're speculating? Go look in the dictionary and see what a speculation is. Go to court and tell the judge, say, Judge, I want him tried and convicted based on my speculations. And tell me how the outcome was. You take up this big old news article, one long article too long narrated just to tell the people them, to tell vloggers to shut up. Because your speculation will only worsen the violence. How the Ross is my speculation gonna worsen the violence? The two man them are the two group of man them that are war right now. You think one of them are listen to SouFLoTV and go say, well, boy, SouFLo say. So hey, we'll go over there, so go done the place. Get a grip, Chuck. Get a friggin' grip. Do your jobs properly. What I think it is, though, is this. Some vloggers, not me, some vloggers, me, I give the people them stuff to think about. Come in, just come out and spoon feed. I give the people them stuff to think about. Well, look at it from this angle. And you see, they hate that stuff. Because they want the people to be spoon-fed. What them tell you, say, is only that it could be and nothing else. But when you allow the people to think, and when you give them the information so they can suss it out themselves and sift out the foolishness from the sense, then we have a problem with these vloggers. Now, there are other vloggers who go even further because they are on the ground and connected to some of these communities. So when they speak certain things, sometimes they are revealing information that the police themselves should know. And sometimes they do know, but them not do nothing about it. So in other words, then, they're exposing them that they're not doing nothing. If me know that information, yeah, him know too. Him supposed to know too. But they act like they don't know. So I wonder if them a bad man friend. I wonder if them a gunman friend or them a work with the gunman, them or they're a part of it. They're complicit. And this is what these people don't want the people to see. They don't want the veils to be pulled from people's eyes, so they distract everybody. Look this way. Vloggers. Yeah, blame vloggers. And then Jamaican people, a lot of them are so docile. Them just jump on the comment section. Yes, because of the big mouth vlogger them just chat anything for views. I hate them, you see. I can't stand them, you see. And you see, now there's a culture being cultivated of people that hate and can't stand vloggers. Granted, there are some out there. We don't know who, because I haven't seen them in a while, but I don't go looking for them. I used to engage others, but I don't, and I haven't in years. But me know that some of them out there chat some foolishness sometime, and they sensationalize stories, and they make up stuff. And the best way to grab an audience is to tell a lie with some truth in it. Now, if they already know the truth, you can add the lie to it, and your lie is going to sound like it's. I threw him a talk, man, because see that? I go into the paper and I look and I say, right, this up. That was half of his story. The other half was a damn lie. I him make that up, right? And I've caught a couple of them that do that, and they do it constantly. But even if that's the case, how the hell is that going to worsen the violence in that area? Doing a job. People are always going to talk. People are always going to speculate. But do your job. Once you're doing your job, then real justice will be served. If you don't do on a job. But when them can't do them job properly, so real justice can't be served. And when the people them feel like me not get no justice, so them turn up the violence more over there, they sit behind their desk and say, blame the vlogger them. Yeah. Okay. It's 2023, Chuck. We're not all dumb. We can see past your charade of friggery. Anyhow, let's talk about this story. Bound to get back in visa, blah, blah, blah. We got this. Juliet Holness elected Speaker of the House. We're going to save that one for last, just so you know what a Speaker of the House is and what they do. One more story before that, though, is an incident that took place. A night of evil is what it's called. So first of all, this quadruple murder. the victims were in mourning when they were killed. I said, That's what the headline says. The victims were already in mourning when they were killed. Place around cold enough. Y'all be careful. Quadruple murder victims were in mourning when they were killed. When gunmen snuffed out the lives of 4 people in Riverdale, St. Catherine, in the wee hours of Tuesday morning, today is Wednesday, the family had already been in mourning. Hear this. Remember me telling you, say, those are only well live foreign, you see? If you haven't been back in a while, or even if you have to start watching your family members and friends. And don't just go home go par with anybody and anybody. And I know it shouldn't be that way, but it is. It is. It is. The gunmen snuffed out the lives of 4 people in Riverdale, St. Catherine in the wee hours of Tuesday morning. The family had already been in mourning. That was yesterday that happened. The police disclosed that the gun attack and home invasion on Tuesday, that they were yet to establish a motive for it. But one of the victims had just lost her spouse. In fact, one of them had just arrived on the island from overseas yesterday and was killed early in the morning. Just arrived. Just land a yard. And dead. Watch as the family shares that they know so far about the gun attack and claim that the lives of Carrie Ann Higgins McGrath, she's 45, a farmer from Crawl District. Dorothy Higgins, Diana Nicola Johnson, 38, a helper from Thorpe, Hope in Fellowship, Portland, and a man known only as Kevin. As far as we know, it was a woman, her daughter, hence the name Dorothy Higgins, and Carrie Ann Higgins. It was a mother, her daughter, the helper, and the helper man. 4. A night of evil. Quadruple murder rocks a quiet community. Listen. Shout out to the Jamaica Observer. 5 children outside their neighbor's house in the dead of night was the first sign that something sinister was afoot in the quiet farming district of Crawl in Riverdale, St. Catherine on Tuesday. Yo, me hear say the picnic them escape, you know. I hear say a lot of, it was supposed to be a massacre. It was supposed to be about 9 people get dead in another house there. Them catch 5, flat foot, mean you couldn't run. They picnic them, take with themselves, and made it. Neighbors soon learned that the 5 siblings, all boys between the ages of 6 months and 14 years old, have been sent out of the house by the gunmen. So on a run, and the gunman them send them out a door according to this report. We come in to kill everybody in our grown, the whole of the picnic them come out. Wow. All boys, 5 of them, between the ages of 6 months and 14 years old. They had been sent out of the house by the gunmen who had forced their way into the house and murdered their mother, 45-year-old Carrie Ann Higgins McGrath, their grandmother, Dorothy Higgins, the helper, 38-year-old Diane Nicola Johnson of Tom's Hope in Fellowship, Portland, and the helper's spouse, only known as Kevin. Blood, fire. You know, a lot of the times when they run into these houses and them end up kill everybody, me always say, you couldn't even spare the kids them, yo. Real gunman, bad man do them thing there, brother. You don't shoot children. Me not say you don't shoot no women, because people are talking about women and children, and some of them women are wicked, neurotic, and take up some ulterior lifestyle where people are acting like, oh, only because she's a woman, she shouldn't be harmed. If you know how much man, them women get harmed. That's why some of them end up in harm's way. But this story is not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying in general, the whole concept of women and children are a no-go. Nah. Sometimes women are in it. But children, you should always spare the children. In my opinion, you should always spare the children. Now, there are cases where people send people go kill people, and them people that end up kill all them on them picnic, then them want vengeance in blood. And your children are not off limits. Just to make you understand more. Right? Police said that the brutal murders were committed about 2:15 a.m. early in the morning. And it was done by 3 men, all dressed in dark-colored clothing, all of them wearing masks, and all of them armed with handguns. According to Carencia Morrison, Member of Parliament for St. Catherine North Eastern, one of the gunmen placed the baby in the stroller and told the other children to pack some food and pack some clothes and leave the house. Boy. You can imagine what the picnic them did I think at this point. Nobody now show them face. Every man have a gun. Youth. The man take up the baby and put the baby in the stroller and tell them, pack some clothes, pack some food for carry, we don't know. Come out of the house. And then you hear bam, 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 bam. And you know, so your mother in there, your grandmother in there. Damn. Morrison said that the victims were known to the residents as hardworking people. I've heard that they are a very quiet family as well, like them not too loud up on them thing there. It's a peaceful constituency. You see the humble people, small farmers, shopkeepers, they go about their daily course of life. So to hear the concerns, the cries, the grief, it is unbearable. And as their member of parliament, they are looking for me to answer these questions for comfort. So what I can commit to is to work closely with the police as they go about finding who the perpetrators are. And very importantly, that this does not become a feature of an otherwise peaceful community. In other words, we don't want this to keep on happen. Yes, Missy Bram, at least they were thoughtful of the kids, because it's 5 little boys, 14 to a couple of months old in age. If them did go in there and bloody up the place and never care about picnic and just wire up everybody, it would have been 9 bodies in there, and it could have been. As the news of the murder started to spread, residents gathered on the road near the house, looking on at the house in disbelief. One resident who described the family as very quiet told the Jamaica Observer that he's shocked that something like this happened in a dear community. It's rough, because I never expected this. Crime turn up everywhere, the man said, adding that he has lived in this community for more than 20 years, and this was the first time he had ever seen anything like this happen anywhere around here. A 54-year-old woman said that the slain family concerned themselves mostly with farming and taking their children to school. It's a farming family. However, the grandmother, Dorothy, she was more jovial and she was more social. She would readily participate in various church activities. The rest of them never too chat up to people so much. I feel very overwhelmed because we never see anything like this. I've been here from I was born, a distraught woman crying uncontrollably. I never see this from I was born, and I've been here my whole life. A relative of the victims said that he's in shock and he is now worried about the children. You see, you have to worry about them children here, because whoever came and did this, they might have give the youth them a blind now. But they know the youth them now. Them know them up close and personal now. They came close enough to them to could have executed all of them. I don't know if this is a message that is being sent to somebody else, but it was like, look, you see how my dash was she and her daughter and the help on fair man, and you see how we spare the youth them. Don't run put me in a youth. We go for the youth them, you know. Do what me say you fi do. We don't know. The youths are in police custody and they are currently working now to find some relatives to take custody of the children. Damn. Ain't nobody ready to take on no damn 5 kids. Ain't nobody ready to take on no 5 kids, 14 and below, all the way down to a couple months old. The poor picnic them displaced. Did this have to be done this way? Jody Sam says word on the street was that they are searching for Obia Isle. God know, Jody. I was listening to another YouTube channel and they said that the man that died was an Obia man from Portland and the gunman came and asked for some oil. Some women are killers too, so flow. Rona Daily, me know. That's why I not spare them no more. Because the amount of stories I've seen where women were involved, they were the backbone of the story. It changed the narrative. So, one of the rumors out there, let's say one of the rumors out there, Obia Isle. But on the say though, from earlier, when me say people believe wholeheartedly in them something here. Not saying it's factual, we don't know. People are talking, right? The police are going to do them work and we'll see what comes out of it later. Lindsay, who heads the Constabulary Communication Arms of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, said at the time that the police had no leads as to the motive, as to why this might have happened. And the investigation is still in its early stages. She said that they are picking up bits and pieces of information from whoever they can talk to and from what our intelligence is telling us, but still, we don't know. So they are following some lines of inquiries and they're looking at everything that, you know, they are getting now to see if it can get them any closer to what might have led to this attack and who are the persons that are responsible. She also revealed that before the attack, the family was in mourning as a male member had suddenly died last Friday. Lindsay said a complete profile for him would have to be done now that his family members have been murdered, meaning now they have to go look up him background, his associations. What might he have been involved in that could have led to this? Additionally, a post-mortem is to be done to confirm the cause of his death, the cause of death. With a number of theories circulating as to the motive for Tuesday's murder, Lindsay urged anyone with information to contact the Riverdale Police Station or the Spanish Town Police Station, Crime Stop at 311, or the Jamaica Constabulary Force anonymous tip line at 811 and tell them what you know. Are y'all thinking outside the box or no? Coming now, I'm going to spell out this phone, you know. I'm not going to spell this out for you. Unless they come and say it here, I'm not going to say it for you. Think about everything we spoke about this morning. I'm just going to leave that right there. For now. For now. Reggae Girl Bento says an eyewitness said it was 6 men. The paper said it's 3. 3 masked men. The children are able to give an account. The children told the police that it was 3 men. And all of them were armed and all of them were dressed in dark clothes and all of them had guns and all of them were masked. And one of them picked up the baby and put the baby in the stroller and told the rest of them to get some clothes and get some food and leave the house. That's an account from the children. And I'm guessing it's probably from the 14-year-old. So I don't know who eyewitness is, but it don't get no more eyewitness than that. What a brutal incident, Reggae Girl Bento. Jody Sam says, yep, that crossed my mind too, SouFLo, thinking outside of what look obvious. Boy, I could tell you this. The kids are displaced. Unless them family have whole heap of money and resources, but ain't nobody ready to take on no 5 kids. Them 5 picnic that come from one mother. Where's their dad? Where's their dad? Or is this a case of multiple children by multiple different men? Because I'm thinking, what will happen to the kids after this? You know, it's sad if no daddy is in the picture and mommy died in this manner and then they get put in state care. Those poor kids. Those poor kids. And imagine that being your last memory of your mom. The last time you hear her speak. The last time I heard my mom speak. The last time you saw her look at you directly. Could you imagine the mom trying not to show fear? She probably tell the picnic them, say, when the gunman I say, take this, get some clothes. Get some food. Take the baby. Come out. You could imagine the mom probably looking at them like, she have to stay strong. But she want them leave fast before them money or change their mind. So she's probably sitting there looking like, hurry up and leave. Kind of look. Yeah, give them the look, but you can't say nothing. Or she probably encourage them, come on, them man, hurry up. Hurry up and grab some. The man don't worry about that. Just grab 2 shirts. Okay, go. Knowing that you ain't never seen your kids again. And this is your last moment. Damn. Yo, this cool, you know? This is cold. Psychologically, those babies are damaged. Instant damage. That damage is going to last them for the rest of their life. Crystal G says, sound like gunman or the baby daddy. Boy, Crystal G, that's why I love talk to you, because although we are speculating, and them say we enough to speculate, sometimes through speculation, a new avenue of view opens. Anything possible. Anything is possible. But me just I say, the poor picnic them. The poor picnic them. The picnic them are left with nothing. Now they're in police custody. 5 picnic in police custody. You know when your life good. You know when you're okay, when you're home and you're surrounded by a loving family and you can get up and go in the fridge when you feel like it and get something to eat and all that. 4 picnic held in police custody. Which part them hold the picnic them? The picnic them life change instantly. Where's my bed? Kids have a routine, you know. All kids have a routine. They have their little special toys they play with. They have some they don't play with all the time. They have some that's their everyday toys. They go to this corner of the house. That's why if you have multiple kids, you will see them. Okay, his favorite spot in the house is over there. So if you miss him in one of the room them where the multiple beds are. Probably have all them little, I'm thinking about my son, Kai. Probably have like all them little Legos scattered out around him and he's building something new. And you drag him out his environment and he don't have his Legos, he couldn't bring them with him. You know? The other little baby probably just likes running around with this one yellow ball and these 2 dolls. And they make this kind of story thing up every day. And suddenly, boom, that's not there no more. They're trying to adjust. Like, what do I do today with my day? Because my routine is shattered. And on top of their routine being shattered, where's my mom? Where mommy? Where grandma? Yo, on a wicked no blood clot, yo. Pardon my language, man, but on a wicked bad. On a wicked bad. Me know, some people are able to do it. Some people are able to say, yo, listen, I just saw it though. We kill. That's it. We kill people. But damn. Oh man. Those children are not safe. We don't know where this come from. That's the reality. We could speculate all we want to, but here's the reality. The reality is those children are not safe. The reality is we don't know why that was done. People can't talk all them want to talk. Obia Alem did look for another man who did up there were dead the other day last week, Friday, dropped down dead suddenly. It's the next Obia man, Obia, and send them over there for the island, this, that, and the other. We could speculate all we want to, but we don't know. Right? I heard one of them police officers saying something about they had barrels of liquid and these kind of stuff around at the back and something. So they're testing it to see, like, we don't know if it's heroin or coke or Obia Isle or whatever the hell it is in those barrels or whatever, right? In those containers. We don't know what mix up in our. We don't know which gunman get convicted when you was his Obia man and he wasn't supposed to get convicted and him pay you whole heap of money to save him from prison, and now he's about to go to prison for life. So I'm sending a dog them come tell you if you fix that. And you me get life in there, your family are gonna pay for it. Cause you promise me, say, if me pay you all this money, I don't have nothing to worry about. We don't know what. I'm just throwing that in there. But what we know for sure is those kids are in danger. They are. So Jamaica Constabulary Force, wherever you're holding those children, I don't know, man. Y'all probably need to work with some overseas entity. Cause let's be honest and let's be real. Them people there are not going to get the proper counseling and care that they need in Jamaica. Here's somebody now. Watch them go on like Safari and everything, but they're not going to get the proper care in Jamaica and counseling. They're not. A whole heap of youths in murder Jamaica and them have no avenue of counseling or nothing. Family member gunned down right in front of them. They grow up psychologically traumatized. No outlet, no healing. In countries like Canada, the US, the UK, these things are readily available, and they're available on an extended level. Like they will follow the child through all the way into adulthood. So I'm appealing to the JCF who have the children in custody. Hopefully they'll be able to find a family that will facilitate in the way that's needed. Not just somebody I will take the picnic them in them house and then start cuss out the picnic them. You know some of our family members stay, right? Come sweep up your yard. Come feed the hog them. Come go and shop for me. Come clean this. Come fix that. And there's no love, no recourse, nothing to help them heal. You know, not even for me picnic, I don't know why I took up this burden upon my head. Let's hope that's not their next situation, their next stop. I'm suggesting they work with some foreign entities to get these children relocated. Now, I know the foster system in the US could be jammed up, messed up, or in Canada or wherever. But the foster system in Jamaica, a beer horror story me here. I hear horror stories from here too. But at least there's help, real help, by qualified and trained professionals. Because them people are going to need it. They are going to need it. And especially relocation for their safety. Jen Jones, thank you. Because they're not safe. They're not safe. That was a message, man. That was a message. That message was, you see how we dash for everybody, but you see how we spear the picnic them, but we look upon them up close, dog. We know them, So you see the next time At them. That was a clear ass message. Those kids are not safe. But that's where we're at in society. So the last one for the morning now. I don't want to know condolences or nothing. I'm just going to keep following that story and see where it ends up. Right? The Jamaica Constabulary Force, shout out to the good one them. They've been batting real hard lately. As it happened, them dep on it. And I like seeing that. So let's hope things turn out like that and something come up soon. But we'll stay close. The last one for the morning now. The new House Speaker, Juliet Holness, welcomed with open arms. Of course, I said there's a conflict of interest, or that's what I thought. Because I thought that, well, how can her husband be Prime Minister and she's Speaker of the House? Shouldn't the Speaker of the House position be held by somebody neutral to both parties? Well, just a little boring educational piece. So there were loud cheers on Tuesday as the new Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness, took her seat in Parliament chambers after her election, which signaled the unanimous acceptance of her appointed by her colleagues on both sides of the aisle. On both sides of the aisle. Holness, who is a member of Parliament for St. Andrew East Rural, was elevated to this position following last week's resignation of the embattled former Speaker, Marissa Philibert, our middle name, too long, Dalrymple. She also resigned as MP for Trelawney Southern, was under mounting pressure to step aside following a damning report from the Integrity Commission, which recommended 8 criminal charges be brought against her related to omissions that she made on her statutory declaration for the period of 2015 to 2021. So in other words, she get caught up in something. And this is a tactic they normally do. Because if you're fired, you can't collect your pension on these things. But if you resign, then you can ride off into the sunset as an early retirement with your money coming in. So don't you notice that in Jamaica? Y'all don't notice that? Every time these big politicians get in trouble, they resign from their position, secure their pension, ride off into the sunset, or they resign from their position, no criminal charges are filed, and later on, they'll pop up in a different position that has a multi-million-dollar salary. Anyhow, let's close out with what is it that a Speaker of the House does, so we understand what Andrew Holness's wife, Juliet Holness, now Speaker of the House, is, what her job role is. So this week, Legal Scoop will take a brief look into the Jamaica Constitution as it relates to the office of the Speaker of the House of Representatives and to make a comparison with what exists in Britain. As is well known, the Jamaican parliamentary system is largely fashioned from the British parliamentary system. It is also well known that Britain does not have a written constitution, but it relies on a number of conventions and traditions to guide itself. Jamaica, on the other hand, has a written constitution drafted with the assistance of the British around the time of independence in 1962. You can imagine that Britain themselves don't have a written constitution, but they help Jamaica draft one though. In both systems, there exists the office of the Speaker of the Lower House of Parliament. In both systems, the Speaker is expected to conduct his or her office in a fair and impartial manner. The Speaker's job is to see that other members keep within the rules of the House and that the rights of the opposition members are protected, and that every member gets a fair hearing. conflict of interest much? The Speaker is perhaps best known as the person who keeps order and calls members of Parliament or MPs to speak during debates in the lower house. The Speaker calls MPs in turn to give their opinion on an issue. MPs, they will signal that they want to speak by standing up from their seat, a custom known as catching the Speaker's eye. So if you want to speak, stand up, catch the Speaker's eye. The Speaker will say, "Yes, Mr. SouFLo from Clarendon." Or they can notify the Speaker in advance in writing that I want to speak. The Speaker has full authority to make sure that the MPs follow the rules of the House during debates. The safeguards that exist in Britain in order to achieve this end are far more stringent than those that exist in the Jamaica Constitution. Then we're not going to talk about the Jamaica Constitution. But you have an idea of what it is that she's supposed to be doing. In Jamaica, the office of the Speaker of the House is created by Section 43 of the Jamaica Constitution Order in Council 1962, and it states as follows. When the House of Representatives first meets after any dissolution of Parliament, and therefore it proceeds to the dispatch of any other business, it shall elect one of its members, not being a minister or a parliamentary secretary, to be a speaker. And whenever the office of Speaker is vacant, otherwise than by reason of a dissolution of Parliament, the House of Representatives shall, not later than its second sitting after the vacancy has risen, elect another member to fill that space immediately. So they are doing their constitutional duties by putting someone new in it right away. Upon the Speaker being elected, and before the Speaker enters upon these duties of the office, the Speaker, unless the Speaker has already done so in accordance with the provisions of Section 62 of this Constitution, make and subscribe before the House of Representatives the oath of allegiance. So in other words then, before she assumes her job, she has to go take the oath of allegiance. Basically, all she is a person who controls the debate. I was on the debate team in school. So you have a moderator, right? Somebody who controls the debate and make sure so one side don't overtalk the other side and make sure both sides here are heard and given a chance fairly to speak and say their piece. That's what it is. That's what she's there doing. I think she also still maintains her position over her constituency as well. I don't know. But that was that for this morning. I just wanted y'all to know what it is that her job is. For more on what, if you're that interested, then you can go through the Jamaica Constitution. Now, in Jamaica, we seem to be struggling with our attempt to achieve the stated goals of the perception of fair and impartial speakers, as over the years, while we have had some exemplary speakers, successive opposition party members in the House have leveled accusations of bias and partiality at the feet of some speakers. Compare and contrast this with the situation in Britain, in which the former Speaker, Sir John Bercow, who recently retired, served under successive government and was praised for his firm hand and his impartiality by members of both the government and the opposition in Parliament. The new Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, was elected on November 4th of 2019 through using an exhaustive election process, and this person is hailed as someone who is not so impartial. Him draw side. Him make theme side who he likes talk more than the other side. You know, he sides more with the other side. Is there any real power in that position? I mean, to me, it's just a bunch of friends where get together and just talk. And one person sit in the middle and say, all right, Barry, you say enough now. Make Carry On say something. All right, Carry On, go on. That's all I see it is. Right? So no, she's not going to take over the country and she's not going to take over the prime minister role, although she probably already has. Who's to tell? Who's to tell? Happy wife, happy life. Maybe she rule her husband head and tell him on certain policies and whatever what to do. Either way, them they're on the same party, they are part of the same team, which is good because they're married. And that's that, right? Them seem not to be struggling with teething off everything for them. Them seem not to be struggling with teething off everything for them. With teething off everything for themselves, though. Yeah. Here what? Country Girl says, can someone hold 2 positions and do they get paid for both positions? Yes. They can hold 2 positions and both positions are different and both positions carry different salaries. Right. It's just like you work at Burger King or McDonald's. You flip burgers at Burger King, you do the same thing at McDonald's. You flip burgers too, but it's 2 different. It's not like you're working in one company, so you work at McDonald's alone. And although you flip burgers, they make you clean up the restaurant too. So you turn janitor, plus you flip burgers, plus you run the cash register, plus you do this and that, but it's the same $9 hour you get, or $10 hour, whichever way you want to take it. They don't say, okay, you get the janitor's salary, and then you get the cashier salary, and then you get the server's salary. It's just one house, many different duties in that one house. Hey, this is Jamaica for you, okay? When the tabling of the 800 million project comes up, she'll push it aside. She's a speaker of the house. She's also a sitting member of parliament. So listen, her vote counts. On any important topic that come up, her vote counts. She's Speaker of the House job is, really mean nothing, except for a moderator who, when 2 sides is going to argue, she makes sure say everybody gets the same amount of talk time. But as a member of parliament, a sitting member of parliament with a constituency, then yeah, she is the member of parliament for St. Andrew East Rural. So her vote counts towards important topics. It's important that she is impartial and not biased and allows both sides to speak and say what them have to say. But hey, neither here nor there. With that said, that is our last topic for this morning. I will now go and build a nice icon for this morning's podcast, so you can have something to look at other than my face. All right. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for being here. We're going to cut it short right here, so. But we'll definitely be here tomorrow morning, God spare our life, because we're not in control. God is. Right? And we'll see you back right here tomorrow morning on Morning Thoughts. Walk good. Be good. And remember, karma is very real and it never misses an address. So think before you do. Later. Peace.